truth like a battle creed. No surrender, no retreat. Just the thunder under his feet. From the screen to the steadfast shore, he stands for the things worth fighting for. One nation, loud and alive. We endure, we survive. Junk and bone, she'd trinkets stacked like a rusted throne. He sold his soul for a price tag grin and fed on the shame that he called a win. He raised black banners in the dawn, pointing at songs till the voices were gone. But every lie leaves a stain in stone, and every thief ends up standing alone. False flagger burn, your banners turn to ash. False flagger learn, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. False flagger fall when the whole world rises. He hunted cards in the velvet haze, chasing bright treasure through fevered days, flipping his relics for silver and pride, while faithful friends were cast aside. He called for the chains, for the mute, for the break, for every voice he could make the world take. But the halls grew loud with the thunderous call, and neighbors stood shoulder to shoulder in fall. No crown for the man who feeds on fear, no feast for the one who poisons the year. He dragged his name through mud and fire, then found the bridge burned by his own design. tower was packed with junk and bone. Street trinkets stacked like a rusted throne. He sold his soul for a price tag grin and fed on the shame that he called a win. He raised black banners in the dawn, pointing at songs till the voices were gone. But every lie leaves a stain in stone, and every thief ends up standing alone. False flag alert, your banners turn to ash. False flag alert, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. False flagger fall when the whole world rises. He hunted guards in a velvet haze, chasing bright treasure through fever days, flipping his relics for silver and pride, while faithful friends were cast aside. He called for the change, for the mute, for the break, for every voice he could make the world take. But the halls grew loud with a thunderous call, and neighbors stood shoulder to shoulder in fall. No crown for the man who feeds on fear, no feast for the one who poisons the year. He dragged his name through mud and fire, then found the bridge burned by his own desire. False flagger burn, your banners turn to ash. False flagger learn, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. With a smear black crown spinning his rock through the halls of the feed, he poured out doubt to drag us down and fed on panic like it was need. But the editor sharpened every frame, the streamer raised his painted blade, the podcaster lit up the name, and none of us flinched, none of us swayed. Hear the signal split the night, one shared vow, one burning thread. Every channel locks in tight, every brave word raised instead. Tactical Templar, lead us on. Tactical Templar, bring the dawn. We stand as one, we hold the line. 1,000 voices, one design. Tactical Templar, break their scheme. Tactical Templar, forge the dream. No broken gate, no dark decree. The creators march, and all are free. Raise the shields of truth and craft. Hold the torches high and true. We are more than mock and draft. We are the tide it cannot do. In the glow of 100 screens, Tactical Templar draws his steel. From thumbnail banners to comment beams, he calls the scattered to the wheel. Bite by bite, the banners rise from basement desks and kitchen floors. Writers, gamers, camera eyes, all answer now with iron roars. Hear the signal split the night, one shared vow, one burning thread. Every channel locks in tight, every brave word raised instead. Tactical Templar, lead us on. Tactical Templar, bring ranks and took my place. Hammered nails and traded fate. Every lash, every lie laid on you so I could rise from the pit and into light. Clothed in armor made for fight. Christ, Lion of the empty tomb, tear the veil and split the gloom. From the grave you ride in flame. Calling my forgotten name. Sword of mercy crowned in scars. King who carries all our wars. Now we roar this battle hymn. You rose and dragged us out of sin. Stone cold morning, sky like iron, hearts like ash, chains on every doorway, shadows where the brave men crashed. Blood red banners over fields of broken boughs. Every whispered prayer feels lost inside the howling sound. But in the garden, earth begins to shake. The darkest kingdom feels its pillars break. Christ, Lion of the empty tomb, tear the veil and split the gloom. From the grave you ride in flame. Call our forgotten names. Sword of mercy crowned in scars. King who carries all our wars. By your wounds our debts undone. We live because you rose as one. 3-day silence. Hell sings loud, it thinks it's won. Serpents feasting on the shame of what we've done. Then that boulder rolls like thunder from its track. Every curse we carry cracks and turns to burning wax. Angels shouting, steel wings scrape the sky. Hell's own citadels crumble as you rise. Rise, Lion of the empty tomb, tear the veil and split the gloom. From the grave you ride in flame. Oh yeah.
Hello, brothers. Welcome back to the show. It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, and I'm so glad to be with here. I'm so glad to be here with you guys today. It has been a long day. I'm not going to lie. It has been an extremely long day, but I'm still happy to be here to be able to talk about the issues of the day. It says, please play Nuktaku's take Nuktaku's take on Sneako. Well, I have my own take on Sneako, and we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about my take on Sneako. Because, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is there a lot of shit around Sneako? Man. Well, I'm glad you guys are here today. Very, very glad. It's going to be a very, very, very special Tuesday. Guys, we have so much to go over. It's unreal. We genuinely have a lot to go over. So, get ready. It's going to be one hell of a show. Okay, so, first and foremost, I think that we talk about, we're going to talk about the Walmart story first. We're going to talk about the Walmart story first, and then we're going to move on to some of the other topics. But I think that one is lighthearted, fun. You know, I enjoy the one about Walmart. So, brothers, let me give you the basics. We're going to go over the basics. Oh, by the way, we're also going to talk about the Quarter Rings mobility scooter issues. Apparently he had some of those. We're going to look at the Quarter Rings vlog, his vlog channel. And DSP saved the internet. Did you know that? DSP saved the internet, and he looks like the cat that ate the canary. DSP is so unbelievably happy. Guys, just wait until you see the show that I have in store for you today. Anyway, let's move on. If you want to donate to the channel, if you like the work I do, if you want to support the channel, I appreciate it, but it's not required. Meaning that if you donate, I will say thank you. I'll say I appreciate that. That's a huge contribution. It's one that you should never feel obligated to, though. That is, in part, what separates me from the Quartering and DSP. I don't take donations for granted. I don't assume. You know, that's one of the weakest things about the Quartering and DSP, is they go live and they just assume that you owe them money. In fact, DSP's mentality seems to be that your money is his money. You're just holding on to it for him. I don't share that belief. I am grateful for every penny that somebody chooses to give to my channel. It allows me to do a lot of really cool things. And so I just want to say thank you. We have the support chest in the corner. That just is a little way to show how much and how generous the audience is. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Unbelievable. If you are on YouTube and you donate $5 or more, the text-to-speech will show up on screen and it will be read by the text-to-speech service. So that's one way to be part of the conversation, if that's something you want to do. But like always, there's no obligation to do any of that. Anyway, shall we get into it? Speaking of money, that's the first story that we have to cover today. It's about money. Brothers, everyone knows that costs have been on the rise for quite some time. I think it's a combination of things. I think it has to do with COVID economics, where things raised in price, and a lot of companies didn't want to lower them after the pandemic was over. You also have Biden, which was one of the worst presidents we've had since Barack Obama, that had inflation skyrocketing to an all-time high. There are a lot of different reasons why prices are the way that they are. However, we may finally be seeing some relief, at least for the people that need it the most. So what I mean by that is Sam's Club and Walmart have announced that they are lowering prices on some of their most popular items, and we're going to look at that today. We're also going to be taking a look at Dollar General, saying that they're going to reintroduce some products that are actually $1. Yeah. They're going to reintroduce dollar products at the Dollar General. Guys, we are so back. So, let's take a look at this. Dexerto. Walmart and Sam's Club are lowering prices on thousands of products across the U.S. this summer. This includes beef, snacks, and soda. So let's jump over here and take a look. Walmart and Sam's Club lower prices on beef, snacks, and summer favorites. Walmart and Sam's Club are lowering prices on thousands of products across the U.S., as shoppers continue to look for ways to save on groceries and summer essentials. Announced on July 6th, this seasonal promotion includes Walmart's rollbacks on groceries, outdoor products, toys, and apparel, alongside price cuts at Sam's Club on grilling essentials, snacks, and more. Walmart's rollback prices on groceries and summer essentials, okay? So 1 pound of beef, 73% ground beef. This is the cheapest of the cheap stuff. The absolute cheapest of the cheap stuff. So let's take a look. You got previously $6.74. Okay? Now it's going to be $5.95. Now I know that some people are saying it's still too expensive, and I would agree with you. But this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Sweet corn, 25 cents each. Previously 68 cents. This one's huge. That's huge. That is a massive savings for sweet corn. Fresh red cherries, 2.25 pound bag, for $5.63. It was previously $11. And make sure you guys can see this. It was previously $11. Now it's $5. Great value ice cream, $2.50. Says previously $2.97. Here. Same thing for Lay's classic potato chips. Yeah. Look at that. Previously $2.97. Now $2.50. Now I understand. You're saying, okay, 50 cents for ice cream. But I mean, you add these up and that's a pretty significant savings. Great value disposable plates. That's $1 less. Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, and Coke Zero 24 pack, $10, as opposed to what it was before, which was $15. Now, for those people that aren't good at math, that is a 33% savings. That is very, very good savings. So Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and Mountain Dew 24 pack is going to be $10 as well. That's a $4 savings. So that's great. That is great. I think that this is the right direction. That's what I'm saying. So let's get into this. Not only do we have this story, which, by the way, alongside Walmart's rollbacks, Sam's Club said it has lowered prices on more than 250 products for members this summer. The retailer highlighted savings on grilling staples, including Members Mark bone-in chicken wings for $2 per pound, previously $2.88. So that's nearly $1 worth of savings right there. Members Mark beef hot dogs, $10.87. Previously, it was $13. So you're saving a little over $2 there. This is Members Mark 1812 ground beef for $6 a pound. It's not bad. Now, it didn't go down all that much. You're saving 20 cents, but 20 cents is 20 cents. And Members Mark whole bone-in pork baby back ribs, $3.18 per pound. Previously, it was $3.48. So that's 30 cents savings per pound. Now, you could look at this and you could be totally cynical and say, well, this doesn't matter. This isn't really that significant. But I would disagree. This is going to have a drastic impact on average, everyday Americans. When you have somebody that goes in and buys a 24 pack of Coke, instead of 15, they're going to be saving $5. That's $5 every time they buy that. It's going to save up. It's going to add up. 50 cents on chips. You see what I'm saying? Oh, gosh. All right, jumping over to Dollar General. Dollar General is adding thousands of items that actually cost $1. That's right. Remember when Dollar General was $1 back in the good old days? Well, you're going to be able to go to Dollar General and things are actually going to be $1 again. That's a huge W. Dollar General is selling more items for just $1 as shoppers continue to look for a way to save amidst rising costs. The discount retailer announced that customers can find more than 2,000 items priced at $1 or less across the stores. That's great news. CEO Todd Vasos revealed the move during a June 2nd earnings call, saying the company is increasing its focus on budget-conscious shoppers while expanding value offerings throughout its stores. Dollar General adds more $1 products. That's great. When that gas price hits $4 and then crosses it, and then sustains for a while, you start to see that trade-in. Come in, and you start to see the core customer need us most. Okay, I see what they're saying. So when gas prices increase too much for too long, then people start going in and buying at Dollar General more. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that makes total sense, but what a W. What an absolute W. So, yeah, prices are going down. Now, I'm hoping they do this on more items, but we've got meat, we've got chicken, ice cream, potato chips, we've got sweet corn, we've got soda, we got paper plates. Everything is going down. Now, admittedly, it needs to be cheaper. It needs to be cheaper. Like, $5 off the soda, great start. But like the chips and stuff, those need to be like $2, okay? $2.50 is better than $3, but they really still need to find their way down. The red cherries are the ones that blew me away. The red cherries going from $11.18 to $5.63. That one is huge. That is massive. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. It's a bit of good news. Prices are going down. Prices are plummeting. And I think that we are in the age of companies starting to get serious about their products again. Because there was a time where these companies acted more like institutions where they didn't need to worry about money. They could do whatever they wanted. They didn't have to listen to fans or customers. But now I think what we're seeing is they realize, okay, the money the money has dried up. The money is dried up. And I think that a lot of them are tightening their belt. Like Xbox firing over 3,000 people. So it's good to see companies getting back on track. I hope they continue with the firings. I hope they continue lowering prices. And I hope that we get back to a little bit of normalcy. Wouldn't that be an amazing thing to behold? Anyway, yeah, this does need to go across the board, I think. Anyway, that'll do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I wouldn't feed my dog 73% beef, and my dog is dead. Well, some people don't have a choice. I know what you're saying. I wouldn't eat 73. I wouldn't eat 73% beef myself, but some people don't have a choice. It's the best I can get. So it's either, you go, it's either that or nothing. Okay. Things will pick up once Jared's coffee is on the shelves. That's right. Coffee brand coffee is going to save Walmart. Okay. Grocery. And 25% what? Fat and probably probably, I don't know, who knows what. But mostly fat, probably. What is the other 13% all beef? In Canada, it's 100%. Well, they mix the beef with fat, so it's percentage of fat. How much beef per fat ratio? That really is what it boils down to. So how much fat is mixed in with the beef? If it's a lot of fat, then you're not getting a lot of meat, which means that it's cheaper. And it means it cooks out more. We got one and only Smelly Feet with one kick over on kick.com/Tactical Templar. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you flick a penny at me. You know what? I'm okay with that. The one and only Smelly Feet deciding I'm not just going to flick a penny. I'm also going to flick a dime. So thank you for your dime. Thank you for your penny. We appreciate that, brother. 89 more cents and I'll be able to go to the Dollar General. One and only Smelly Feet now flicking 2 quarters. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate your support. I do. I thank you. 50 cents, 10 cents, 1 cent. I mean, yeah, a penny saved is a penny earned. That's 61 cents. We appreciate that. We appreciate everything here. And I know that people think that I'm taking the piss, but I'm not. And people that have been here long enough understand that I'm not owed anything. That's the important distinction, is that I'm not owed anything. I don't turn on my stream and I go, well, all right, guys, what we have to do here is you haven't donated enough money. And if you don't donate enough money, then I'm not going to be able to stream this game. It's like, I hate that. I come on here, I expect to get 0 because I'm not owed anything. Every donation, no matter what it is a blessing. That's the way that I see it. That's the way that I've always viewed it. And by the way, thank you, one and only Smelly Feet, for the 100 kicks. So now I can go to the Dollar General. Thank you, brother. Couldn't pay me to watch DSP. Dude is a weirdo. Oh, don't say that. DSP is a hero. Didn't you know? Didn't you know that DSP is a hero? Oh, no.
I couldn't.
Oh, gosh. No. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Relic with the 2,000 kicks. Good God. Relic going crazy. Going crazy over on Kick. Woo! Absolute legend. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much, Relic. That's $20. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Thank you so much, brother. I can't even begin to express my gratitude. That's like, it's hard to put in the words. And people think I'm taking the piss. I'm not. It's humbling in a way that's hard to explain. Because, like, us content creators, we're not owed anything. You don't owe us anything. The fact that there are so many places that are vying to get your money. And of my tiny, small channel, the fact that you would feel comfortable enough to share that with us, I can't even begin to tell you. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate that. So thank you. It's humbling. It is extremely humbling. Man. So thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. But we gotta pay respect to Relic for the 2,000 kicks. That's $20. That's a huge donation. The quartering can only dream of a donation like that. And thank you to KitCast, who donated a sub to Sid the Cat. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for the generosity and support. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, yeah. I get overwhelmed sometimes. It really is overwhelming. It is, genuinely. So thank you. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You know, and that money allows me to do cool things. Like, we bought what's called Holdfast, the American Revolution game. We were able to just do that because of the donations of people like you. So thank you. I appreciate that. Awesome. I am in the waiting room if you're taking calls. No, I don't think we're going to do that right now. I have too many topics to go over today. And I can't spend 30 minutes on a call. I watch a lot, don't chat much, good content. Well, thank you. That means a lot. I do genuinely appreciate that. All right, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. All right. So I think we're going to do the quartering next, okay? I think we're going to do the quartering next. And let me...
All right.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Let's see if there's anything. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, welcome to my new vlog channel, something I wanted to start for a while. I'll be uploading twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays here at 5 p.m. East.
Is this literally just you sitting here talking for 23 minutes? You sitting in this chair?
Variety of topics, news topics, life topics, business topics, the business of YouTube, perhaps some, out and about events, although that's probably going to change for the next 6 to 8 months. Some, out and about events, although that's probably going to change.
Wait, what?
Variety of topics, news topics, life topics, business topics, the business of YouTube, perhaps some, out and about events, although that's probably going to change for the next 6 to 8 months. I don't know exactly yet, but this is a spot where we can just talk and we do deeper dives, and I hope that you're interested in like a closer look into what the YouTube life is like, what...
Oh, you mean like ignoring requests to go on to explain your actions, doubling down on your mistakes, losing a fortune, having to sell all your stuff, false flagging people, taking copious amounts of drugs and then getting on stream to do a news show and then admitting that. I'm wondering, what are people going to learn from the quartering watching his business YouTube channel?
My daily routine is like, perhaps.
Oh my gosh, this is a gold mine.
Some deeper dives, some longer form conversations. This is a brand new channel. Twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, you'll get a new video here. I hope that you'll subscribe and maybe you'll enjoy this more like casual look into behind the scenes.
Jeremy, this is not any different than the content you do on a regular basis. I just clicked on this because I was curious. This is literally what you do. The only difference is you don't have an article up, but you could do that in post. You could do that in post, Jeremy. This is not any different.
You may notice I'm in a different spot. This is one of the few places in the house that I'm comfortable right now because last week, I hurt myself. Ended up having to go to the ER.
He hurt himself. He had to go to the ER. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, the quartering apparently hurt his leg. And then he had to be rushed to the emergency room. That's pretty wild.
On Thursday or...
Yeah, he hurt his leg carrying out all of his prized possessions that he sold to somebody for money.
Friday I was at the ER. And there's some interesting conversations we had. I thought I would share that story with you and kind of let you guys know where I'm at. So some time ago, I hurt myself moving either furniture or I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you were moving your prized possessions.
Pretty sure it was I was moving my dog's agility course. They have a big outdoor agility course that weighs, some of the stuff weighs 500-600 pounds.
Bullshit. You were not trying by yourself. Bullshit, Jeremy. You were not trying to move a 500 or 600 pound piece of equipment by yourself. No, you were probably taking your toys, putting them in the box. You want to talk about Toy Story 6? It can be all about the toys that the quartering has had for years going into the box that he sold to the person on Facebook Marketplace. Because his business is dying. No, you did not move. Oh, yeah, Jorcules. Yeah, Jorcules here is like, well, this 600-pound thing, I just decided to put it on my back and carry it like Atlas. I just went, only 600 pounds? And I don't know what happened. Then all of a sudden, my leg just sort of fell out from under me. I had to go to the emergency room, That's not normal for me. I usually can lift 500 pounds pretty easy. It says, no ER doc says you're out for 3 months. Now, that comment is coming from the chat. That's Renal MD. And Renal MD is a doctor. So he says, no ER doc says you're out for 3 months. Yeah. So this whole story seems very, very bizarre.
I was moving it, and we were moving into an indoor, into my outbuilding, and the floor was wet because the dogs were in the pool, and I slipped while carrying this really heavy thing with my father.
He slipped! Wait a minute. You didn't do any due diligence? You didn't double check to make sure there wasn't like water on the floor? What do you mean? So I was carrying this really quartering. What the fuck? This story is so bullshit. It's unbelievable.
In-law, and I think that is about what put things over the edge. And by the next day, I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't sleep. My knee had swollen to the size of a cantaloupe. And I've never had any injuries really before in my life. I've had a broken arm when I was like in 5th grade. so when I originally heard it, I just kind of tried to gut it out. For the following week, it would feel a little bit better, then it would feel a little bit worse. And by Thursday, I knew that there was clearly something wrong. And there's like this level of denial that you get when you're like an old guy, where you want to just gut things out. Toxic masculinity, I guess. And, I was still like power washing the floors on my knee. I bought like a Amazon knee brace, figured that'd be okay.
Okay, Jeremy, are you kidding me? So you have this knee injury. You said it ballooned up to the size of a cantaloupe. You decided to not get it checked out. And you're on your knees, which, I mean, for you, that's probably a normal thing to do, whether it be the bowl or anything else, but you didn't get this checked out. You were constantly on your hands and knees, making it worse, didn't go see a doctor. Like, Jeremy, you're a retard. You're genuinely a bona fide retard. How do you not know? How do you not know this? Like, you're an adult. Why were you walking on a wet floor with something that heavy? Was there not some kind of like dolly or thing you could put it on? Like, I don't know, you genuinely not understand your physical limitations as an adult? Jeremy, you're an old, fat, pill-popping drunk. You think that you're just that strong, you can just carry that if it's 500 or 600 pounds? By the way, I don't believe it was 500 or 600 pounds. The quartering and his father-in-law, oh yeah, it was 500 pounds. 10 of you couldn't lift that if it was 500 pounds.
I go to the doctor, make a doctor's appointment. My wife is basically like, yo, enough. You got to go to the doctor. I just kept hoping it would get better. I bet a lot of you have probably been in that scenario too. And it just never got better. And so I went to my doctor and I was like, it's probably like tendonitis or something like that. He's like, oh no, dude, definitely not. You have to go to the hospital. The joint was hot, apparently, like to the touch, and very swollen. As a certified fat guy, although I'm working on that, it's a losing battle, but I am working on that. I've never had any injuries. No.
Oh gosh. A certified fat guy, I'm working on that. Why would you even say that? You say it's a losing battle. Why would you even mention that?
Or no real, like maybe a back thing here or there, no chronic fat guy injuries. This was definitely the result of moving that furniture, slipping on the floor. I thought maybe I just hyperextended it. Turns out that's not the case. So they sent me to get an x-ray, had to park like a mile away and walk in, which this is a minor critique on the US healthcare system, even though I have great health insurance that I have to pay for myself, almost $2,000 a month. I have to go drive there on this knee that my doctor just told me, hey, this is an emergency, you need to go. Drive there, get the x-ray. Thankfully, that was pretty quick in and out. And then they're like, well, you need to go to get an MRI. And you have to drive downtown Milwaukee to do it. That's like a 45-minute drive. And
Corey, do you mean to tell me that you were able to get in to see a doctor in a reasonable amount of time, and they said, well, we don't have this particular imaging technology at our facility, so you have to go to this other facility? Oh, God, this is a knock on the American healthcare system. Shut the fuck up, Jeremy. You're so obnoxious. Imagine what it's like in Canada. In Canada, they'd be like, all right, the leg is injured. We have to take you out back. Would you like a shot in the head, or would you like the poison? We've got this very cherry-flavored cyanide we would love to have you take. Yeah. In Canada, they just kill you. Like, if you're over a certain age, they're like, well, you did live a long life, eh? In Canada, they'll take you out back like your horse. Like, well, don't worry, we're going to turn you into dog food and glue. Jeremy, the American healthcare system has things that you can absolutely criticize. Absolutely, you can criticize. But here's your problem. You are so used to getting the superior service of the American healthcare industry that the fact that they don't just deliver it to you like it's a drive-through, the fact that there are specialists in certain areas and they don't all rush out to just be like, oh my God, the quartering. Whoa, It's like you think that President Trump, all right, look, the quartering, his knee is hurt. We got a helicopter in, some of the best doctors for him. No. You, just like everyone else, has to go see a specialist if you have an injury. The hospital is going to be there for general issues. General issues. Jared could see the price, but it's possible he has a $5,000 deductible out of pocket per year. Interesting. Well, the Courting should have plenty of money. He just sold his Cybertruck. He just sold all of his material possessions that he no longer needs. He should be flush with cash. That should be nothing for him.
I've been on that campus before. When my dad was there, it's huge. I was like, man, there's no way. Like, how am I going to even get in there? And so thankfully, my wife came with me, and we got a wheelchair because it was, I don't know, probably half a mile of walking just like inside the hospital campus. I parked in the wrong parking structure. I get an MRI, which wasn't that bad of an experience. Yes, I fit in the MRI tube. Many of you know I'm 6'5", I'm a big guy. But I fit in there fine, and thankfully they, they let me listen to whatever music I wanted, which was pretty cool. And so I actually had him put on Modest Mouse's new record, listen to that. I was in the MRI machine for, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes. It feels, if you've ever had an MRI, man, it feels like time is just passing at like half speed, quarter speed. And
quarter speed, the quartering. Can you imagine if he got stuck in the MRI machine? Can you imagine if he got stuck in the MRI machine? If he's just there, and all of a sudden they're like, Mr. Hamley, we can't seem to get the machine to retract. Seems that there's a load bearing issue. Man, I would have paid to see that content. That would have been absolutely hilarious. The quartering trying to get out of a machine that won't backtrack. All right, Mr. Hamley, we got the technicians coming. They just leave him there. Hello, is anyone there? They go and they go get lunch. They just leave the quartering stuck in the MRI machine. Hello? Is anyone going to help me? I have to go to the bathroom. I want a story about the quartering. Oh, man. We need a story about the quartering pooping his pants at the hospital. That's what we need. That's what we need. In the MRI machine, they play the brown note. Yeah, we'll see the JAR files. The JAR files will eventually release, and we'll find out they played the brown note, and he shot himself in the MRI machine. That's the next story.
But some of the frustrations is like, I'm in excruciating pain. Then they lock your leg in this thing, and they tell me on Friday at the end of the day, well, we'll let you know in like 4 or 5 days. I'm like, cool. My doctor thought that this was like an emergency, so he did a stat MRI order. He's worried about some infection. Is that really, because the last time I had an x-ray, and I don't know if apparently this is the norm now. Last time I got an x-ray, they do the x-ray, you sat in the waiting room for half an hour, then you went back in and the doctor read it. And you figured out you had a broken bone, or you didn't have a broken bone, or a sprain, or whatever the case was. Bone, fracture, whatever, at the bone skeletal level. Nope. They never told me what was on my x-ray. They just said, go to the hospital. They don't tell me what's on my MRI. And so this is Friday going into Saturday. And I mean, the pain is very, very bad. There's not a lot of positions I can find that are really comfortable to sleep. And they did give me some pills to mask the pain. But I'm really reticent about taking those because I have an addictive personality. You don't get this.
You just admitted a couple of days ago that you were taking the pills and doing a stream.
Junkie if you don't have some addictive personality traits. And so I'm real careful about taking them. I will say last night I enjoyed seeing flavors and tasting colors while I watched a couple of movies. And so what am I looking at? Well, it's either both the ACL and MCL are torn. That would be probably a worst case scenario. Pretty common. I bet a lot of you have had knee injuries before. Maybe my pain threshold just isn't as high as yours, but it is extremely painful. And just straightening the leg out, like, brings tears in my eyes. It hurts so bad. And
it brings tears to his eyes. He's crying. He's in excruciating pain, but apparently it's not that bad. No, I'm sure it hurts. I'm sure it's painful. I'm sure it is. Jeremy, how is this whole thing working for you? You know, you had an opportunity to apologize to the Keno Casino, apologize to Yellow Flash, to make amends, to make things right. You had every opportunity to make things better for yourself, and instead you made everything worse. You doubled and tripled down. You tried to play tough guy. You snubbed Yellow Flash not once but twice. All the while you were at a baseball game. You don't think maybe this is a teachable moment? You don't think maybe this is God sending you a message that maybe, just maybe, some of the stuff that you've been doing is not in line with the so-called Christian ethics that you're supposedly embracing? I look at this guy, and he is one of the most entitled, spoiled people I've ever seen. He is Hassan levels of spoiled. Oh man, the American healthcare system. I thought I was just going to go in there, get an x-ray, and then 30 minutes later, they were going to bring me back in. Oh man, the school wasn't designed for my specifications. Yeah, Jeremy, they put you in a wheelchair. And you had somebody, with Herculean effort wheel you around. Wheel you around.
Icing it does very little. It does keep the swelling down a little bit. But this journey has been really educational. First of all, even with really good insurance, it's going to cost me many thousands of dollars. I may be forced to be a fat guy on one of those little hover round carts, which will be a funny sight to see, because I don't want to sacrifice summer. I live in Wisconsin, and basically everything, if I had a knee injury in December, it'd be fine. I get to skip Christmas, be healed up by spring, everything's good. Well, now I have a major knee injury, which I guess if you're in athletics or whatever, that's common for people, but I'm older now, I'm out of shape.
Oh! That is that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And guys, we're gonna talk about that after this segment. But this is incredible. Look at that. Look at that artistry. That's amazing. They really captured the quartering's essence. They really did a great job.
He's Hassan levels of spoiled too. His parents paid for his passing grades in college.
Well, yeah. It happens like that. Where people, if they don't really have to earn it, or, even if people don't have to earn it, if there's something wrong with them, they're just not appreciative of what they have. But thank you, Baked Buddhist, for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. You are extremely generous. You are a gentleman and a scholar.
My recovery period could be 6 months to a year, is what they're telling me, depending on the level of the tear.
6 months to a year? We need to get Renal MD. We need Renal MD to tell us. Is a tear like that, is it common for 6 months to a year to recover? A year. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. I think that he wants to try to milk this for every single bit of drama and sympathy. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I think there's no way it takes a year. No way it takes a year. Do you see what type of tear? No, I don't even think he tore it. I think he's just speculating. He just wants 6 months to a year of sympathy.
Now, best case scenario would be it's only torn a little bit and I can rehab it, which I'm praying for. I don't like to waste prayers on selfish things like that, so I haven't even actually technically prayed for it. But, like, that's what I'm hoping.
What? What? Oh my gosh. I don't like to waste prayers on selfish things like that. Jeremy, the whole point of having a relationship with God is that you verbalize and communicate to him. The quartering, genuinely, the quartering just admitted the way that he views a relationship with God is, I'm only going to pray when I want something. Why would I pray? Why would I have a conversation with God about what's going on with my body? Why would I have a conversation with God? It would be selfish for me to ask for something. How about having a conversation? The whole point of religion is to have a communion and a relationship with God. To turn to God in all of your moments, not just your darkest moments. It's not just your darkest moments. You should turn to God always. And yeah, Reno brings up a good point. Rehab time 4 to 8 months, but that's not immobility. Yeah, I think the quartering was trying to make it seem like, he's making it seem like, all right, guys, I'm going to be stuck in this wheelchair for like a year. It's not the case. But Jeremy, your faith journey, it is obvious that whoever, well, first of all, I think the fault lies with you. But a relationship with God is not just asking him things. Oh, well, I wouldn't turn to prayer because, that's selfish and God doesn't need to hear about that. You tell God everything. You do it privately. Your innermost prayers, you do privately. You have a conversation with God. You say, God, I'm hurting right now. I'm hurting. I don't want to turn to pills. I want to, but you would never do this because for you it's a grift. But if you really wanted to have a conversation with God, you say, God, I'm hurting. I'm hurting, and I'd like for you to show me the path. And just to continue to talk with God. Be like, man, God, this really hurts. Have a conversation. Be like, God, as much as this hurts, Jesus Christ went through so much worse. And I thank you for your sacrifice of giving your only son. Do you not understand that praying is just not about asking for something? If he thinks meniscal tear is a big deal, wait till he learns about his first heart attack. Yeah, tell me about it.
And even that would be a couple of months of rehab, which would be fine because I'm really blessed that my job is sitting on my rear end and reading other people's news articles and having a take on it. But this whole thing has taught me a lot. First of all, the healthcare system. No, I'm not going full communist. I mean, I think the level of care I got was really good. I just think it's ridiculous that they make somebody who can't walk go to 3 different buildings, all 30 miles apart from each other in the same day. Oh, and then they called me halfway there and like, well, we need to get you fitted for crutches. Can you stop it right now? So that's actually a 4th spot I had to stop, a totally different building. Fortunately, it was on the way to the ER. And learned how to use crutches. I've never been on crutches before in my life, I don't think. And kind of tricky on stairs. I generally just don't use them on stairs, which is probably stupid. But my stupid stubbornness is what led to all of this. I'd love to show you images of my exploded knee, all this kind of stuff, but I'm going to skip that. It's gross. It doesn't look good. If I had MRI images to show you, that I would probably show you. Maybe I'll post them to X or something like that. But what this has taught me, first of all, it's given me a renewed vigor to like lose some weight. Obviously, the way this injury happened probably would have happened to somebody who wasn't 100 pounds overweight, but it's going to make the recovery far more difficult. You know, it's going to make the physical therapy far more difficult. It's going to make, you know, just getting around far more difficult. It made finding a little hover around vehicle really difficult. First of all, I'm 6'5", so it's hard to find any of these little vehicles. Perhaps when I get it, they're delivering it later this week. In the next vlog, I'll vlog from my little old man cart while I'm driving around or something like that. But I don't.
Oh, by the way, guys, bad news. The Quartering has canceled his mobility scooter. Sorry, guys. Sorry. He canceled it. He's too broke! He can't afford a mobility scooter!
I didn't want to. I can't sacrifice the entire summer. But it did get me thinking more about, like, I don't know, you let me know if you ever had anything kind of like this. I think it's pretty common if somebody has like a cardiac issue or something like that, where like, oh my God, I need to get everything in order. I need to get, you know, need to get healthy, this and the other thing. Turns out, other than being overweight, since I went through all these battery of tests, I'm fine. I need to lose weight, blood pressure's good, cholesterol's good, all that stuff's good. But I do need to get a physical, which I'm not looking forward to. I don't know if they still do the finger thing or not, but I don't know. But they did tell me that when I was there, because I don't go to the doctor because I've never really needed to. You know, even when I had the CRUX, well, what am I gonna do? They're gonna say, go home and rest, you know? That's kind of how I was raised. I mean, when I did.
Is there audio feedback? Is there actual audio feedback, or is that guy just being a shithead? Let me know honestly, is there audio feedback for you guys? I genuinely want to know. There is. So there's audio feedback. How is it? How is that manifesting? Audio feedback the whole time? What does that mean? Nobody told me? What does audio feedback mean?
Can you stop it right now? So that's actually the fourth spot I had to stop, a totally different building. Fortunately, it was on the way to the ER. And learned how to use crutches. I've never been on crutches before in my life, I don't think. And kind of tricky on stairs. I generally just don't use them on stairs, which is probably stupid. But my like stupid stubbornness is what led to all of this.
Wait a minute.
I'd love to show you images of my exploded knee, all this kind of stuff, but I'm going to skip that. It's gross. It doesn't look good. Really difficult. First of all, I'm 6'5", so it's hard to find any of these little vehicles. Perhaps when I get it, they're delivering it later this week. In the next vlog, I'll vlog from my little old man cart while I'm driving around or something like that. But I don't.
Oh, by the way, guys, bad news. The Quartering has canceled his mobility scooter. Yeah, the audio doesn't sound good. Well, I haven't changed anything. The audio was fine yesterday. Why is there an echo? Huh. Wow. That sucks. Is that the whole time? The corner. That just is a little way to show how much and how generous. You're going to be able to go to Dollar General. And, okay, that stuff's fine. Okay, apparently it's watching the Quartering's video. Apparently the Quartering has cursed my video, which is not that surprising. Wow, what an image. What an image. What do you say? That's a sticker. That's a sticker. Okay. Give me 1 second. I appreciate you guys letting me know. You got to speak up if there's audio issues. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Activists are pushing for interesting. All right. We will continue on. I can't believe it fell to me to let you know about the audio stuff. Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. No, from my point of view, it sounded fine.
Hurt my leg when I was like in 8th grade. I think my parents had me soak it in the tub. Yeah, soak it in the tub, even though it was structurally very, very damaged. I was in a leg brace for like 8 weeks. Then they took me to the clinic, and the clinic's like, why are you here? You take them to ER. So I guess there was that other injury. So I've had 2, but instructions, it never hurt, stop being a baby. Okay, maybe my pain threshold just isn't like what yours is, and you're a badass and I'm not. Cool. But what I can say is it's extremely depressing too. Like that aspect of it, I'm like, okay, let's go. Give me my MRI. Now they're like, well, it's going to be 4 or 5 days before we tell you what the results are. So now I'm just sitting here. I don't want to do anything and injure it worse. All the stuff I'm missing out on already. Fireworks. I feel terrible. We had a lot of plans with my wife over the 4th. Just, it wouldn't be responsible to go. Now, if I had gone and they're like, well, it's a full ACL tear, you're not going to tear it anymore, I'd just take some of those magical little round pills and go see this, see the colors. But if it's only a partial tear, I don't want to risk making it a full tear and end up having surgery. But it is really a bummer at this age now to be like, man, I'm going to lose the whole summer, minimum. Like not going to be able to get around. I bought a brand new power washer with a floor tile attachment. Really excited. I was really excited to use that. Clean the tile and sidewalk outside. Can't do it. Couldn't even take my own garbage cans down. And
so there's still an echo. Let me take a
something
look.
like that is like really emasculating. Like calling somebody and be like, hey man, can you come take my garbage cans down? And would it be cool if you did it for the next, I don't know, at least 8 weeks? And there was some issue outside, electrical issue that normally I could fix. Instead, I had to like walk my wife through doing it. Felt terrible. It's not a good feeling to be, ambulatory or whatever the word is, like to be able to move around fine for 43 years and now staring down the barrel of what is most likely, based on my doctor's reaction, needing some sort of surgery and being out for many months and then having rehab after that. Again, I know this isn't like a woe is me thing, but if I'm going to start a vlog, then why wouldn't I?
What? That was it? That was it. All right, let me try something.
Start with what is going on here, being in the ER and all this stuff.
Okay. What the hell is going on?
This is obvious top.
Good gosh. All right. I am going to fix this. Okay. So, make sure everything is working. Okay, so no, you don't want that. No. Okay. No. Okay. Speakers. Okay. Got that. Okay. I don't know what the heck is going on. All of a sudden my system's like, yeah, no. We ain't working. Okay. All right. Is that working now? No. Okay. Is that working now? Okay. Is that working? So it's not that. It's not that. Is this working? Can you do that? Okay. It's not working. It's not working. Okay. Why is it not working? Is this working? No. What is happening? How on earth? What? Now is it? It's not. So that means nothing. That just changed. Renal MD says, "Oh, thank you for the 1,000 kicks. TT needs a new computer. You're not kidding. I need a new computer. Okay. Let me see. Let me see something. Okay. I may have an idea. All right. I may know what's happening. I may know what is happening. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. No. Oh my gosh. It's going to drive me crazy. Troubleshooting. Okay. Okay, that didn't do it. Wonderful. So I think I understand. I understand what the problem is, but I gotta fix it. Output. Okay. It says that's disabled. You can't. Okay. Yes, I figured it out. But the problem is, oh shit. All right, get rid of that. Get rid of this little thing. I figured it out, but it's a pain in the ass. Now, let's see. If I put this back in, if I reattach this, is this going to screw me over? Okay. So okay. So we have figured out the problem. We have figured out the problem. Good Lord. Okay. I did it! I did it, guys! Audio issues. You know what? They don't happen as often anymore, but we got to deal with them when they come along. Man. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your support, guys. Thank you for letting me know before this problem persisted. And yeah, that could have been extremely bad. Yeah, it could have been extremely bad.
Topic that we're talking about. You know, I'll talk about other things on
Okay. Now.
this channel as I get healed up, but you know, it's this weird like feeling. I'm sure it's not just a man thing. I'm sure women feel the same way, where you're like, dang, I mean, getting up to just like, I don't know, brush my teeth or to, use the bathroom, man, I'm being real careful about what I eat because not to get too specific, but let's just say number twos are not comfortable for me.
Oh, number twos are not comfortable. Oh gosh, why? Premium content there, Jer. Shield says, I think you owe me an apology. I don't think I owe you an apology. I think I owe you a thank you. It's not the same. Thank you for speaking up and helping me get my audio fixed.
Just getting in there is hard enough, and then getting down and all that other stuff back up again.
Oh gosh, why are you telling us this? Who wants to know this? Who wants to know about how difficult it is for Jeremy to take a shit?
I'm having this like fear that I'm gonna have to call my wife in there and be like, you gotta lift me off the toilet. But it's definitely an eye opener for me. And so I'm trying to cope a little bit by saying like, okay, well, you need to lose some weight because that's obviously gonna help your rehab. Sure. But it's also like, well, dang, I can't work out. I can't, if it was my arm or something like that, like at least I could, be out walking. But I'm gonna do what I can while I rehab here. Even buy my little scooter. I'm like, man, I could have got this other scooter if I wasn't such a big guy, but now I have to buy this super ultra mega commercial grade, scooter so that.
Yeah, man, sad news. It says, you marginalized me in chat for posting an end tower one time. Well, I'm going to tell you again, if you ever post an end tower again in my chat, I'm going to ban you. I'm going to ban you again. I'll time you out. I've already told you guys to knock that shit off. If you can't follow, my rules are so basic that even retards like you guys should be able to understand it. You guys, I don't know how you identify, you're part of the sector, whatever. You should be able to understand and appreciate very simple rules that don't do anything that would get my channel banned. It really is that simple. I wouldn't go to your channel and try to do that. That's what the quartering tried to do to Medicare. And so I just have a very simple rule. Don't post an end tower in my chat or you're going to get banned. I got no choice.
I don't blow that thing up too. But yeah, the whole experience has been really.
It says, of course it is hard. He only goes in Levi jeans. Oh, man. Is that where you spell out N-N-R? Did you see Medicare's fingernails? No, because I don't look at other guys' fingernails. That's weird.
Really not just eye-opening, but kind of depressing, to be honest. Like, dang, man, it's the 4th of July. Summer's really just kicking off. I'm going to miss all of July, all of August, almost certainly. September, maybe I'll be up and moving around quicker. That's why I'm hoping that they get these stupid MRI results back so that I can, like, as soon as I'm sure I'm going to need surgery. So it's like, I want to get that scheduled. Like, I was asking, like, can we just get it scheduled? Can I get something on the books just in case? Of course, they won't do that. But it's been wild. And I don't know if you've ever had any kind of knee, blew up your knee. I'm sure a lot of the people watching this will have. Definitely open to your suggestions, especially like on how to get sleep, finding a comfortable position to sleep. Like I'm in a recliner right now. This is about as comfortable as it gets. In desperation, I've thought about just sleeping down here because my leg is like not in searing pain when I'm in these chairs. Definitely feeling very blessed that my job does not require a lot of movement. I just got to make sure I get down 2 flights of stairs and up 2 flights of stairs every day, then that's it. But it's definitely been an eye-opening thing, and being just in the hospital and not being able to like move yourself around, not be able to like get to the bathroom on your own, not a great feeling. But I just want to attack it. I want to know what I'm dealing with, and not knowing is the hardest part. If I just knew, okay.
Well, I mean, okay, so this is a 23-minute video. Absolute agony to get through that. I feel like I'm under attack. By the way, over on X, we posted this. Perfect. I can taste the colors. All right, give me 1 second to pull up. Should ban people for that. Yeah, they will nuke his channel. Yeah, they know that. I've said it multiple times and they do it anyway. Let's see. Okay. Let me find this one. Let me find this one video from. Let's see, quartering. The quartering crashes out. Okay, I think I got all the things that I need. This is damn. I'm tired. Yeah, tell me about it. It's been a long day, but all right, here we go. Brothers, we were about to get the quartering in his mobility scooter ARC, but unfortunately it seems that that is not to be. The quartering is too poor to buy a mobility scooter that was the size needed. No, I'm not kidding. Apparently the regular mobility scooters weren't enough and they just weren't working for somebody of his massive heft. So if he wanted a mobility scooter, he would have had to buy one that was extremely expensive. In addition to that, for those that don't know, the quartering, has been selling off a lot of his assets because he's basically broke. The quartering is broke. So he can't afford a mobility scooter. So Lazy Shell, absolutely incredibly talented. Incredibly talented. Shout out to Lazy Shell. He made this mobility scooter for the quartering. Absolutely beautiful. What a work of art. What a work of art. Okay. So, guys, I regret to inform you, the quartering has canceled his mobility scooter order.
I couldn't go anywhere or do anything because I blew out my knee on Thursday, or I went to the doctor on Thursday. Yeah, I was in the ER on Thursday. And that was not a fun day. But it turns out, so I had to get an MRI and all this stuff.
Oh my gosh. Look at Melanie Mac's reaction.
Or do anything because I blew out my knee on Thursday, or I went to the doctor on Thursday. Yeah, I was in the ER on Thursday. And
oh no! Oh my God. Is that really the reaction of somebody that you care about? Like, if somebody that I knew blew out their leg, I'd be like, oh my gosh, are you okay? She didn't ask if he was okay.
That was not a fun day. But it turns out, so
Ow. Oh my God. We got to watch that one more time. Look at Melanie Mac. She could not care less. Look at this.
Or do anything because I blew out my knee on Thursday, or I went to the doctor on Thursday. Yeah, I was in the ER on Thursday. And
wow. Oh, really? Wow. You blew out your leg? Wow. Wow.
That was not a fun day.
Wow. You blew out your leg. Wow.
But it turns out, so I had to get an MRI and all this stuff. Turns out apparently there's like this, so post MRI, my ACL and MCL were intact. And then there's like, this kind of, we'll get to this in a second, but I just got to update Mel because she doesn't know. There's like this sack of fluid behind your kneecap. It's got a name. I forget what it is now.
Okay.
Whatever that is exploded. Ow. And all that fluid was like leaking into my knee and my shin.
Oh no.
And Yeah, I didn't even really notice it was swollen until
Your
I went to
water
the
broke.
ER. My water broke. Yeah. Yeah. I had a baby, everybody. I haven't lost the weight yet. Let's be kind, okay? I'm only 3 days
Oh, my-
postpartum, all right? So, you know, give me a minute for it to come off. You know, I'm working hard. Is now.
Okay.
Whatever that is exploded.
Ow!
And all that fluid was like leaking into my knee and my shin.
Oh no.
And yeah, I didn't even really notice it was swollen until
Your
I went to
water
the
broke.
ER. My water broke. Yeah. Yeah, I had a baby, everybody. I haven't lost the weight yet. Let's be
He's
kind,
pregnant. The quartering is pregnant. So not only does Melanie Mack not give a shit that the quartering is in excruciating pain, but she's making fun of him. Hey, Jeremy, your water broke. Yeah, you get it because he's fat, like you had a baby? Oh my gosh. The moment the money runs out, she's going to be gone. That is crazy. Look at how humiliated he is.
Okay.
Whatever that is exploded.
Ow!
And all that fluid was like leaking into my knee and my shin.
Oh no.
And yeah, I didn't even really notice it was swollen until
Your
I went to the
water broke.
ER. My water broke. Yeah. Yeah, I had a baby, everybody. I haven't lost the weight yet. Let's be kind, okay? I'm only 3 days postpartum, all right? So, you know, give me a minute for it to come off. You know, I'm working hard.
She is laughing. Jeremy is pissed. You can tell Jeremy's pissed. He's sitting here telling her about this accident, and I bet you the quartering, he wants her to be like, oh no, Jeremy Poo, are you okay? Oh my gosh, Jeremy, I'm going to fly out right now to come take care of you. Jeremy, I'm going to fly out right now. First thing, I'm going to come take care. Like, and what does she do? She makes fun of him for being pregnant, and then she laughs at him for like this injury that's going to like cripple him. It makes sense for me to laugh, but I thought she was his so-called friend.
But the yeah, and then it's gross now because now I know. Yeah, Baker's cyst. Yeah, so now I know what it is, and I see my knee, and I'm like I'm pushing. I can push it around. Like the summer of I even ordered a hover round because I wasn't sure if it was an ACL MCL thing, and I didn't want to miss like the Ren Fair and the the EAA flying and stuff. So I wasn't gonna let it ruin my.
Well, you can't go to the Ren Fair, Jer. Hey, Jer, you can't go to the Ren Fair, Jer. Oh, I can go to the Ren Fair. I can go. Jeremy, you can't go. You're banned from the Ren Fair, Jer. What are you doing going to the Ren Fair? You know, I don't know. Seems like trouble.
My summer.
Sure.
But the second I got the MRI, like while I was live streaming, I was canceling the order. There was like $2,500. I'm like, okay, well, cancel this. I don't need it.
He canceled the mobility scooter. No. We got our resident doctor in chat, Renal MD, saying, so a Baker's cyst isn't 6 months. Okay. So it's not 6 months. How long do you think it's going to take? We got Heinrich with the $2 donation. From corner chair to corner scooter. Well, unfortunately, he's not going to have the scooter. He's not going to get it. He's too poor to have the scooter. Too poor. Doesn't have the capital. He can't buy it.
Yeah.
Now it's just a pain management thing, and I guess they have to stick a needle in there and drain it out, I guess. But
that's
best
it.
Case scenario. I thought it was going to be summer-ending surgery,
and it wasn't. So, hypochondriac Jer thought it was going to be like a year's recovery and rehab, but apparently it's not really that big of a deal. And he turned a molehill into a mountain. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But, guys, the reason that Jeremy needed a custom mobility scooter, he admitted to that. He admitted why. So we're going to watch this clip from the Keno Casino where they talk about the reason why Jeremy had to get a custom mobility scooter.
Now, the one that insurance approves, it's not quite big enough for a 6'5" boat.
It's too small!
It's real! I told y'all motherfuckers that it was real, that he was too fucking fat for the mobility scooter. A lot of you doubted. Who's laughing now, motherfuckers? My 600 Jer life. His 600-pound Jer life. He's too fat for the mobility scooter. How is this even possible? He must be at 500 pounds or more.
His
Or close.
is he's too tall. Those things
No,
height.
no, bitch. I'm the same fucking height as you. This is a cope. This is a cope. This is an insane cope.
Behemoth of a man.
He's too wide.
Behemoth of a man.
He's too wide. His fucking ass is too gigantic to fit in the fucking seat. That's what the reality is.
Haters are gonna love this, but I'm too fat for my mobility scooter. Yeah,
I can't believe, like, buddy, fucking Batman couldn't get that. You know, out of me, like, fucking Guantanamo Bay waterboard. Like, don't give that out.
Ugh.
Don't do it.
So I found one that will be close.
It's not even.
So
by the
he
way,
can't.
It's not even perfect.
He
It's
can't
like,
even. He can't even. There's not a chair on the market that's big enough for him. So he must be like 1,000 pounds. Is he like fucking the Slatton sisters or some shit?
Oh man. Oh man. Oh gosh. You know what this reminded me of? You know what this reminded me of? Do you know what this reminded me of? I'll tell you.
Go.
Your mother was a dumb whore with a fat ass. Did you know that? Look at this idiot. One ball and no brains. He can't even put a man's armour on him properly.
You're too fat for your armour.
Fat? Fat, is it? Is that how you speak to your king?
Yeah. Yeah, you fat for his armor. Oh man. Oh
Shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? That's wild.
God.
Your forklift, sire. Is that what it is? He's fucking on a forklift. He has to hire a person to forklift him around.
And it has
Go ahead.
like 22
That's
miles
it
of
now.
range.
22 miles.
Get
of
rims on
range.
it.
Okay, so
So now he's tricking out his fucking mobility scooter with rims. He getting the wheels on his mobility scooter. Yeah, this hard as fuck, dog. I got the spinning rims on my mobility scooter. Double wide. Yeah.
he's gonna put the Labubu on the head.
I fear the beardo for 5 subs.
gotta put the
Pimp my
Labubu.
scoot, yeah.
You
Pimp
gotta
my
put
scooter.
the Labubu hanging off the basket.
I've got to. I mean, I have to pay for it out of pocket. So I guess buy some coffee.
Oh, you had to pay for it out of pocket, folks. There's no refunds. He spent like $8,000 on this fucking chair, man. There's no refunds. So
This is actually really sad. He's like,
is it?
no, it's amazing. I mean, sad
It's
for
what
him.
he. It's what he deserves.
It's sad for him. It's amazing.
No, it's
for
not
everyone.
even, because the thing is, he already bought this chair, right? Or at least he's claimed. He'll claim later on he already bought the chair. The spoiler alert is, it turns out he didn't actually tear his knee. So he's now wasted like $7,000-8,000 on this like custom behemoth mobility scooter.
No, he's gonna
right?
still use it now. He's
That's,
gonna-
well,
he's
this
gonna-
is
my gosh. Renal MD with the 5 donation. It makes complete sense now. He doesn't have a knee problem. He has a huge ass problem. Renal. Ah, that is great. Ah, that is absolutely great. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. I love it. He doesn't have a knee problem. I'm too fat for my wheelchair. I'm too fat for my mobility scooter.
The thing, I've never seen anybody so disappointed in all my life that their ACL wasn't torn, because this was his new grift, and this was his new.
Yes. Yes. He is absolutely right. The quartering, he wanted his knee to be blown out, because here's the deal. He wanted to be able to grift this to make money. He wanted to be able to do less work and have an excuse. He wanted a reason to be able to ask Melanie Mack, hey, could you take a little bit less money? He wanted a reason to do all these things, to not be able to do chores at his house. Well, all of that is done. All of that's gone. He didn't break his kneecap. No, it's a little cyst. They're going to drain it. They're going to give him medications, but he's not going to be able to get all of his oxycodone the way that he wanted. He is not going to be able to milk this forever. Yeah, him not blowing out his knee is probably one of the worst things that's ever happened to him. Because at the same time, then, he can say, well, guys, when I'm in good health, it's one thing for the Kino Casino to come after me and the Templar and all these people, but now I'm injured, I hurt my leg. I can't, I'm not really into the game right now. Like, he would have liked nothing more than to be able to come before you and try to use this as an opportunity to engender sympathy.
New scheme was he didn't have to do chores around the house because he was in the wheelchair. And he was going to show us his health journey in his wheelchair, learning to walk again, just trying hard to walk again.
Yeah, no, PPP's not kidding. He's not joking. You see, the quartering started an entire channel. The quartering started an entire channel for that purpose. No, he's not joking. He wanted to do a rehabilitation channel where you tune into Jer and he's going to tell you all the secrets of the universe from his couch, and he's going to be hopped up on oxycodone, and yeah, he's just going to be able to do what he does regularly with even less effort. That's what he wanted.
Of course it had to be something gross like a giant cyst. Why can't he stop being disgusting?
Oh, I love my audience. Can I even begin to tell you guys, I love you guys. That's so unbelievably funny. It's like, of all the things, why does it have to be something so gross? Well, because he is gross. He is absolutely gross.
And, and it was going to be beautiful, right? And he was just going to sloth max and eat from his snack drawer and put on it. But now he's fucked. His wife is still going to make him fold the laundry. He's going to have to do the dishes and sweep so he's like, what the fuck?
This is so
I think
magical.
he's still going to use the goddamn wheelchair. Because if you've spent $8,000 on this shit, he's still going to use it. You could be like, this is sick. I don't have to walk anymore,
he's like,
man.
but honey, of course I have to use it. I paid for it. I may as well.
Yes.
When in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that they provided first of all, was not big enough for my weight. And it was,
wasn't big enough for his weight. He's too fat for a mobility scooter. Oh my God. It can't be real. It can't be. It's rare that I can clown on someone for their weight. But today is that motherfucking day where I'm not
Have
the
your
fattest
feast, King.
I'm not
Have
the
your
fattest
feast,
motherfucker now, buddy. How does that feel being too fat for the mobility scooter, buddy? And I have video proof that I rocked the fucking motor scooter, buddy.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do now? What is he gonna do now, buddy?
You know what's
He's too
crazy?
fat for a fucking mobility scooter.
People clown on me for having a stutter and for like being a drug addict. And now I can finally point and laugh and go, but look at him.
Well, that guy's a...
I know this is a bit of an aside, but I just want to say something about Andy Worski's stutter. I want to say something about his stutter. There are a lot of people throughout history, and don't worry, I'm not comparing him to somebody like Beethoven, okay? I'm not comparing him to like Beethoven, but there have been people that are extremely talented throughout history that have limitations that you think would make them unable to do, what they're doing. And you would imagine that Andy Worski, with a stutter, him being a commentator on an extremely popular show, you would think that probably wouldn't be it. But he's managed to get a lot better, and he does a great job. I think that's an incredible accomplishment. And by the way, I'm also not comparing him to Ricky Berwick, okay? But Ricky Berwick is fucking hilarious. That guy has every disability under the sun, and he is absolutely talented and hysterical. My point is, nobody should be looking at somebody and saying, oh, you have this disability, therefore, no, people with disabilities, people with, if you are in radio and you have a stutter, but you still have thousands of people, thousands and thousands and thousands of people that watch you, you're doing something right. If you're Ricky Berwick, his content is just hysterical. That's just what I wanted to say, is that I don't think anyone should be shitting on Worski for his stutter. I don't. I just think that is not a limiting factor in this particular situation. That's my take on it. I don't think that should be the defining thing. Are you funny or are you not funny? Are you entertaining or are you not entertaining? The quartering doesn't have a stutter, unless it's from the drugs he's taking. And he's about as boring as anyone I've ever seen. Terror Exodus says, opens door, sees Jer, walks away. Brother, I don't blame you.
He's a drug addict.
Me and you
he's on oxys. He's not even on a cool drug like coke. He's on fucking dirty old pills.
The worst one.
Way too small for me.
Way too small. It wasn't like it was
to buy my own.
close. So like he got on this fucking chair. Apparently this demo footage exists of him in the chair. And it's just like sputtering. Like it can't fucking move. Like it's just sputtering to a stop because he's so heavy. The fucking engine can't haul him.
I want that more.
Bro, supposedly
than the
this is
body cam.
Supposedly this is gonna be released tomorrow. Jer's like test drive in the fucking mobile.
It's not coming, brother. It's not coming. I can almost promise you it's not coming.
Mobility scooter and him at the hospital. This was his plan, by the way, to own the haters. Maybe we shouldn't have even done a show today, so he just went ahead with it. There's no way he's going to put out this footage, is there?
No, he didn't even go through and buy the scooter. He canceled it. Damn it. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Guys, I think that's just so funny. That's so unbelievably funny. And yeah, you can only get that sort of content from the quartering. Because the guy is genuinely one of the most obnoxious, boring, and irredeemable content creators I've ever seen. Just zero accountability for anything that he's done. He still doesn't have the decency to apologize to all the people that he's helped to flag down, that he's helped to go after. And I don't get it. Like, there's no upside for him in doing something like this. But, I don't know. You just got to let people be themselves, I guess. Anyway, that'll do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, we are going to talk about xQc. We're going to talk about xQc. Okay? Plus-sized. Okay. Give me 1 second to get that done. Okay, finished. Move over here. What happened with xQc? Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute. Okay. We're going to talk about xQc for a moment. Give me a second to pull it up, and then we'll talk about it. All right, here we go. Guys, I'm just going to warn you. I'm going to warn you. This is going to be interesting. Brothers, xQc is one of the most inarticulable content creators on the internet. This is a person that constantly demonstrates the fundamental flaw within streamer culture, which is being audience captured, not having the ability to really think for yourself, examine a situation, and give an honest opinion. This guy reminds me a lot of Moist Critical in the way that he approaches topics. He will virtue signal to the nth degree if it's an issue that he feels comfortable on. But if it's an issue he doesn't feel comfortable on, he retreats way back to what he feels is the safe position, but all the while it exposes him to a very large amount of pushback and criticism. And that's why we're here today. So xQc was reacting to Asmongold, saying the very sensible statement that Asmongold would rather live in a Christian nation, which is the most sane and sensible thing on the planet. You want to live in a Christian nation. You don't want to live in a secular nation. You don't want to live in a Muslim nation. You don't want to live in a Buddhist or Hindu nation. You just don't. You want to live in a Christian nation with Christian ethics. So, xQc had an issue with what Asmongold said. And I want to show this to you. Because genuinely, this guy, when he's not saying things that are just completely and totally inarticulable, when you actually can audibly understand him, he's a fucking retard. He's saying some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. What a coward this guy is. By the way, how are you a multi-millionaire? A multi-millionaire, and you can't afford a vocal coach? You can't afford to buy somebody to teach you to enunciate and to vocalize your words so that most of the human race online that speaks English can understand you. He's this noisy French Canadian retard. And you know what? I've had enough. I know some people like him, and you know what? He's by no means the worst. He's not the worst, okay? But this statement here pissed me off, so we're going to read him the riot act. He is Canadian, and that should be enough right there to disqualify him from any of these conversations. But he dipped his toe in the water as a Canadian, so we're going to go a little bit scorched earth.
Something like, I don't want to mandate Christianity. I don't want to make people have to be Christian, but I want to have the laws and the culture and the predominant religion of the country be Christianity.
Okay, that makes sense. And how do you enforce that?
I would never force anybody into a religion, and I think people can enjoy other religions if they choose to, but I think these should be minority religions and not the overall religion.
How about
you to see what my point of view is.
How about you separate the state and religion, and it doesn't matter what people do or what people think or believe, you can still have.
When you separate the state and the religion? It doesn't matter what people do. It doesn't matter if people worship a plant. It doesn't matter what people. No, it does matter. XQc, it does matter. Your shithole of a country is the exact proof that it does matter. It matters. Secularism is not the answer. It never has been. It never will be. Secularism leads to the sort of authoritarianism and cult-like fanaticism to wokeness, identity politics, and delusion. People who are secularists have traded their God from a God of truth and love to a God of madness that basically their God is quote-unquote science, but it's not really science. It's whatever delusion they think of the day. Oh, yeah, men can be women. No! Perfect! We can't even define what a woman is, according to them.
A nation regardless. Like what? Like who gives a shit? I think if they're both separate, it's relevant.
No. You don't have to have the church run the country, but you should have people run the country that are influenced by the Christian church. Because the Christian church gives people a better moral framework than any other religion on the planet, thereby creating better people. And yes, we are all sinners and fall short of the glory of God, but it's that understanding and that at least attempt to do better versus the leftist position, which is that none of it matters. There is no God. I am the God of my own destiny. I will do what I want, say what I want, sleep with who I want, have as many abortions as I want. I will do anything in the moment that I want to do that feels good, and that is the secular mindset. So no, there is a difference. There is a difference, XQc. It's a big one.
You can have 99% of the people be part of Christianity or Islam, whatever, and it not affect what's going on with the country. Like what?
What? What? Let's listen to that again. I know he's a retard, but I just want to make sure. He's hard to understand.
You can have 99% of the people be part of Christianity or Islam, whatever, and it not affect what's going on with the country.
So this guy is actually saying, I just want to translate because there may be some people that don't speak retard. Okay? What this idiot is saying is that it doesn't matter if there are 99% Muslims running the country or 99% Buddhists or 99% atheists, that the country is going to run the same. He thinks the country is going to run the same no matter what religion is in charge. This guy is part of the problem. This absolute Dunning-Kruger, brain-dead, troglodyte loser is part of the problem. Of course it matters. How can you actually say that? I'll tell you how. Because this is not an actual opinion that he has. This is his sanitized, safe, politically correct statement that he thinks his audience is going to agree with. That's why he said it. He said it because it is the safe opinion. No. Guys, what you don't understand is that all religions are the same, and it doesn't make any difference. All religions are the same. So it doesn't matter if people are in charge of one religion or another. Yeah, it doesn't matter over here over here, doesn't matter which one. Could be Christianity, could be worshiping a god. It doesn't matter. This guy, when you actually break down what he's saying, is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's an Islamic country. It doesn't matter if it's a Christian country. That is so fundamentally wrong. It doesn't matter if it's a Jewish nation. Yes, it does. It has a profound impact. In fact, it is the biggest impact. It is the most important thing. It is fundamental to who you are as a people. If you do not have Christian ethics guiding the moral foundation of your country, you will eventually erode and decay and become nothing. This sort of brain-dead Reddit tier atheist slop opinion is something that some of the most low IQ troglodytes trot out, but it is absolute garbage. And you know what? He should be embarrassed for saying this. He should. Because he knows he's wrong. We know he's wrong. We've seen it. We've seen the difference between the UK under white Christian men versus what happens when you allow in unfettered migrant immigration from the third world, primarily Muslims. We've seen what happens. We know what happens. We read the Rupert Lowe UK grooming gang report. That was shocking. There is a major difference. But this, unfortunately, is what has happened to people in the West. He's been cucked out. He's uneducated. He's ignorant. He is the typical brain-rotted streamer. Knows nothing, does nothing, produces nothing, can't even be bothered to learn the fucking language that most people on the internet speak. He's a millionaire. How do you not afford somebody to help you enunciate and talk like a normal human being? But the words that come pouring out of his mouth, it's the most insufferable noise. It's obnoxious. I don't know how anyone could be a fan of this guy. I genuinely don't. And this guy never has the right to brag about anything ever again. Never. How are you going to be arrogant when your content is what it is and you're as fucking retarded as you are here? You don't understand that there is a huge fundamental difference between 99% Christian and 99% Muslim. If you are in a 99% Muslim country, hey, guess what, xQc? They're going to look at you and say, oh, you're probably gay, and they're going to throw you off a building. Yeah, if you don't understand there's a difference between Christian ethics and Sharia law, then you are lost. And you know what? I'm tired of people like him. They live in some of the greatest nations on earth, but they've allowed it to go to shit for no reason. Selfish, arrogant, isolated, no culture, no class, just an overinflated sense of self, not having done a fucking thing in this world other than collect money from people for him sitting on his ass playing video games. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right. Let's see. See here. Doesn't. How do I want to frame this to be YouTube? I would like to call it xQc's most retarded take, but I don't think YouTube's going to like that much. What do we call it? xQc's most, it says, as a Brit, I'm careful with what I say. Yeah, that's why I say the things for you. That's why, as an American, I speak for the Brits. Because the Brits can't speak for themselves. Okay. All right. Now we're going to talk about a content creator that goes by the name of, that's the thinking of a citizen. Yeah. Okay, let me find. Give me 1 second. Okay, open a new tab. I think I can find that. Oh yeah, we'll do a video on this. Brothers, as an American, I got to be honest, it is absolutely heartbreaking to see the current state of the UK. It is, in many ways, a conquered nation. And so, what I want to talk about today is the lack of caring from people as it pertains to the young white British girls that were victims of the monstrous immigration policy from these people from Labour, these communists, these far leftists, the monstrous harm that has been done to these young white girls. It is unspeakable. And yet, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They want to pretend that these victims don't exist. Now, when it was during Me Too, every victim mattered. But it didn't really. You see, they used Me Too as a political bludgeon, and people caught on to that. You know, Me Too is dead at this point. But they tried to do that. They tried to use male and female dynamics as a weapon to the point where somebody like Aziz Ansari was canceled, almost canceled, because somebody went on a date with him and they had a not great time. And they tried to cancel him. They tried to use male and female interactions as a weapon to get notoriety and attention. Now, what I want to show you today is the hideous side of the UK, which is that they genuinely do not care about the problem that they have created.
The analysis of the Ministry of Justice obtained under the Freedom of Information request found that between 2021 and 2023, foreign nationals were convicted of sexual offences at a rate of 71% higher than the British population as a whole. Those figures are not invented by Reform UK. Those... Yeah, go on.
I want to say that as a woman, I'm sick of hearing constantly this being an excuse for the nation of sanctuary.
Get this fat hog. Guys, you need, listen to me when I say this. Listen to me. You need to take this fat hog and you need to bring her to the gallows. All of these fat hogs that are coming out there to defend the people that are brutalizing these underage white girls, you need to put them to the torch. The Salem witch trials need to make a comeback. It is inexcusable that you are interrupting her as she's talking about a problem that is affecting your youngest and most vulnerable group of people. And all of it because this fat hog doesn't like to hear the truth. You need to set an example in the UK. You need to bring in somebody that is as brutal as possible, that is going to set an example that lasts for 100 years. You need to send these people to the gulag or to the gallows. I don't care which one. But the fact is that this fat chick is causing more harm to real people, all to preserve her delusion. And she says, as a woman, I'm sick of hearing about this. Imagine the victims. You are defending the worst of the worst. And you know what? All of the people in the police department that are lying and going after white British people, all the people in your circle that are doing this, I don't care. I don't care if they're Welsh. I don't care if they're Irish. I don't care if they're Scottish. I don't care if they're from London. There needs to be a reckoning for these people where they are punished in the most severe terms, because that is justice. Think about what these young white girls went through. These young white girls that were victimized by these disgusting, absolutely disgusting foreigners. That, sweaty, greasy, smelled bad, absolutely foul, and they're cursing at them as they're beating them and violating them. These girls that are like 11 years old, they're pumping them full of drugs and alcohol to try to get them in these positions where they can't say no, or where even if they say no, it doesn't matter. And there's like 3 or 4 or 5 people at a time. It's so unbelievably subhuman. And yet this woman is coming, I'm tired of hearing about this. Oh, really? Really, are you? Or maybe that's because you're part of the problem.
When Sarah Everard was murdered by Wayne Couzens, where was the outrage?
Oh my gosh.
Freedom of information request found that...
Oh my gosh. That is just evil. I'm sick of hearing about this. Man. Fuck you on 71%. Algerian migrants were... Yeah.
What happened to you?
I met Arshad Hussain when I was 14 years old. I always say there was nothing vulnerable about me apart from the obvious, that I was just a child. But when I met Arshad Hussain when I was 14 years old, that all changed. And for several years, I went on to be abused mentally, sexually and physically. And I was also coerced into committing crimes. I went missing for days, weeks, months at a time. My family contacted the authorities and the police said that I was making a lifestyle choice. He was 24 years old. He was a Pakistani Muslim man. He was known to the police and to social care for being what we know now, one of the most dangerous men in the United Kingdom. He was related to a Labour politician. He made a no prosecution deal with Arshad Hussain and a police officer called PC Hassan Ali. So what that meant was, on one occasion when I was abducted, they told him if he handed me over at a petrol station that he wouldn't be prosecuted.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
So he was allowed time and time again to get away with the crimes that he was committing against me. And, you know, I was raped, I was beaten, I was abducted. There was times...
You need to impose capital punishment on... You need a Nuremberg-style trial in the UK. You need to go after these people and systematically root them out. You need to treat them like you were prosecuting the Nazis in 1945. You need to rout these people out of house and home. You need to seize all of their assets and their families' assets. You need to put these people on trial. And you need to set an example. Send them and their families to the gallows. Let this be a lesson that ripples across the ages. That you are not ever going to allow these foreign invaders into your country and allow them to do this to these young girls. Absolutely not. That is horrific. That's horrible. And I don't care if you're a corporation or an individual or whatever. You should be helping to raise awareness to this. That is horrible. That is unspeakable evil that these girls had to go through for no reason. There is nothing noble or moral or decent about that. And if you defend that, you're going to have to answer to the Almighty. You're going to have to answer to Almighty God about why you were in a position of power, why you were in a position of authority to do something, and you didn't. In fact, you defended the people doing it by going after and censoring or silencing the people that were trying to raise awareness like myself. I would encourage any corporation, any person to help, to do what you can, to broadcast this stuff, to help these survivors, please. You have more resources than I do, but like, this is horrible. And it's an ongoing issue, and the fact that there are people that dismiss this breaks my heart. It does. It's so cold and inhumane. And the police saying it's a lifestyle choice. You have an 11-year-old doing this and it's a lifestyle choice? Really? How? We don't let 11-year-olds make these decisions. But how on earth are you going to implement ID cards to verify age so they can go on Discord, but you're not going to do anything about the grooming gangs that are targeting your youngest children? I just think there's so many problems, and it all stems from this communist far-left ideology. That needs to be purged. And the people that laugh at this, and mock this, and downplay it, and excuse it, those people need to be held accountable as well. They need to face accountability. Real accountability. Anyway, that's going to do it. And I will continue to use my channel. For as long as I have it, I will continue to use my channel as a voice for people that can't speak up and don't have a voice. And I really, really hope that YouTube, I have defended you in the past. I appreciate the fact that you helped me with my demonetization. But I hope that you tell the UK to go pound sand. I hope you tell them, we're not going to be letting you, futz with the... we're not going to let you futz with the algorithm. We're not going to let you do any of that. We are going to make a stand, and we're not going to let you make sure that the lies from the BBC and everywhere else are the only things that people see. You need to make sure that that sort of censorship doesn't go anywhere. And Mr. President, Mr. Trump, I think we need to have a conversation. I think we need to have an honest conversation about the state of the UK as an ally to the United States of America. I don't think the UK is an ally. I think the UK is a conquered enemy nation, and they should be treated as such. You need to start imposing sanctions and stronger restrictions because they're going after American companies, and YouTube is an international company, but it is founded here in America, you need to protect YouTube. You need to defend YouTube. You need to defend free speech. They're going to try to censor Americans with this? Maybe, you think? You think maybe it won't creep in eventually? Mr. President, you need to start imposing sanctions, and you need to start imposing blockades, restrictions. As long as this tyrannical left-wing communist government has taken over the UK and turned it into the shithole that it is, you need to make a stand and say enough is enough. No more. We're not going to allow this to happen. That's absolutely ridiculous that we're in the position that we're in. And I think Trump needs to apply maximum pressure to get these people to leave YouTube alone, to get them to do the thing that we all know is the right thing. I would absolutely support Donald Trump sending our biggest aircraft carriers and battleships off of the coast of the UK. I absolutely would at this point. And making an ultimatum. They are not an ally of ours. They don't stand for Western values. They are a conquered tyranny that punishes the innocent and rewards the criminals. We need to help any movement that wants to rise up, sort of like in Iran, where you had people that had enough. We need to help any group that is willing to fight back. You need to support reform. In fact, I would be putting money behind reform. Doing whatever you can to help them. You need a solution. You need a solution that solves this. Maybe conquering the UK and making them the 51st state. Maybe going, you know what? We're going to send in our vast military. We're taking over the UK. You can't manage it. We're going to do it. We're going to install a governor over there. We're going to deport Sadiq Khan, if not charge him with crimes against humanity. But to go in there and just sweep the entire corrupt, rotting, necrotic political establishment that has allowed this problem to fester. I hope they get their shit together, but I would support Trump doing something. I would. I'm sick and tired of the West being run by these absolute mongoloids. It says, restore UK. Not reform. Reform is Farage and he just quit. Restore is Rupert Lowe. Yeah, we support Rupert Lowe. We support Rupert Lowe. And one of the prerequisites for an agreement between the US and the new UK government would be that you must agree to hunt down and prosecute every single person that facilitated in the betrayal and the total annihilation of your country, that you put those people on trial in a Nuremberg-style trial and you prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. That's just my advice. That's what I'd like to see happen. Is it going to happen? No, it's not going to happen, but it would be great. I would be very happy if that happened. Anyway, that'll do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Elon Musk could buy the UK. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? But you know, Elon's just one man. He can't buy everything. You know, Elon's one man. He can't buy everything. There's got to be some people, okay? There's got to be some other people that are going to help with this. You know? Okay, here we go. Brothers, today we're going to be talking about a content creator that goes by the name of NMPlol. I don't like this guy. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the fact he's friends with it. Actually, all right, we're gonna do that again. We're gonna do that again. Brothers, today we're going to be talking about a content creator that goes by the name of NMPlol. Now, needless to say, I don't like this guy. I think that his politics are weak. The fact that he's friends with Hassan Piker is demonstrative of a profound lapse in judgment. But he went on Hassan's stream and he was talking about Asmongold. And Hassan was shitting on Asmongold. But this guy, who's apparently friends with Asmon, didn't push back or ask any questions that would be pertinent and that people might actually want to know about, why did Hassan, for example, why did he say that Asmongold killed his mom? Why did Hassan call Asmongold a pedophile? See, NMP treats this whole thing like, man, it's both sides and I wish you guys would get back together and stuff. No, how are you going to get back together with somebody that told you that you killed your mom? How are you going to get back and, make amends with somebody that told you that you're a rapist? How are you going to make amends with, by the way, Hassan is a sex past terrorist supporter that shocked his dog on stream, went to Germany, and had sex with a woman that we don't know if she's underage, but it's a larger than 0% probability that he has sex with an underage girl because that particular brothel was raided for trafficking girls, underage girls. That's crazy. So, also, Hassan is the guy that's bragged about going to Diddy parties and stuff like that. But he's made all of these allegations and accusations. Meanwhile, what has Asmongold said about Hassan? Well, the truth, that Hassan is a terrorist supporter. Hassan has a history of saying some of the most outlandish and disgusting things. Like, for example,
like doing one good thing, which is that, like, if you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire fail daughters is, like, in some respects, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, taking these guys
just a little bit better
and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
You know what else would get them away from broader society? Is putting them in jail, Hassan. Now, I understand that Hassan probably doesn't want to see sex pass and, people that force themselves on women, especially underage women, going to jail, given his take on the Pakistani Muslim grooming gang report that he laughed at and dismissed and downplayed and said it didn't happen. But why on earth would Asmongold waste his time with somebody that doesn't tell the truth? Hassan doesn't tell the truth. Hassan lies. Hassan will misrepresent everything. Literally everything that somebody says, Hassan will find a way to misrepresent. And put it in a way that is least charitable to the person saying it and most charitable to himself. And that's why people hate him, because he's a liar. He's a serial liar. And he's not nearly as clever as he thinks he is. So, I ask NMPlol, why would Asmongold, why would he give time to an idiot like this that will never tell the truth?
I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I really only get my politics from you and from Asmon. So I really, I mean,
why would you get your politics from Hassan, who's a known liar?
Be honest, brother. I'm keeping it plain.
Like, NMP, the moment that Asmongold was accused of killing his mom by Hassan, wouldn't that be the moment where you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Why the hell is he accusing Asmongold of that? If he's lying about that, what else is he lying about? Do you not have any critical thinking skills? By the way, you're the guy that sat in a room with Hassan where you asked him about Hezbollah. You asked him about Hezbollah. This guy, Hassan, left you in a room where he played terrorist propaganda to you, and you're still friends with him. You didn't think, oh, okay, maybe this guy is a freak? Maybe he's weird? Anti-American terrorist propaganda. If it were me, I'd be a little bit miffed. But that's who he is. Hassan is a terrorist supporter. He's anti-American. And hopefully, pretty soon, he's going to go to jail because of what he did in Cuba.
Dude, your brain has to be fucking melted if that's the case.
Well, keep in mind, my brain doesn't really work that well, so it doesn't absorb much.
How is that even possible? Like, how is that even? We are on the diametrical opposite sides of virtually every issue.
I don't know what to do. I can't. I watch you. I watch him. That's it. You can check my Twitch history.
The fucking median voter, dude. That was quite the controversy.
What do you mean?
It was when he rated a lot of people F. I think even including Asmongold, or Asmongold was C tier or something. And Asmongold was really mad.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, he's doing that because I defeated."
No, he
him in World of Warcraft or something.
I remember.
No, he put him in F tier, but he put Destiny in C tier because of the first half of Destiny's career. Whereas Asmon, the first half of his career, he was at the top of his game playing World of Warcraft. He was pointing out the double standard. That's why he made fun of him.
Remember, and I asked Chance about it. He didn't remember that.
And he complained about it. Asmongold complained about it. It was interesting. None of it made to LSF, it feels like. Because if you recall, many years ago, when I said, oh, xQc sucks for rating me low, everyone was like, oh, Hassan is going to kill himself.
Okay.
There's a lot of maneuvering on Reddit, on subreddits.
LSF.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that alt-right subreddit? Oh my gosh. You know the alt-right platform Reddit? This guy is so fucking delusional.
Has gone to the wind. It is completely astroturfed and brigaded, and it's not even to the point where it's even worth looking at anymore. You know, they've just lost it. They've lost it in the sauce.
No, I don't want a quick rundown.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
If you see any post on LSF, it's out of context.
I don't go on LSF.
Okay, good.
I've never gone on LSF.
Really?
He's a liar.
I haven't gone on LSF in years.
Oh my God. I was on there yesterday.
What?
I have an alt account named Eastern Waltz. I post bad about my friends.
Nick. Oh,
I'm kidding.
my
That's
God.
a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh,
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Important.
Keep in mind, chat, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this politics stuff, like I said earlier, I only get my politics from this guy and Asmon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you think Asmon knows any of this stuff?
Well,
be honest. Do you think Asmon knows
more than you? Yeah.
A single thing that I just explained to you?
Maybe. But the thing about Asmon, he does have a memory that, like, if he sees something, he'll remember it. Like he has like a photographic memory. So I don't know.
There is fucking 0% chance that he knows a single damn thing that I just mentioned to you.
I mean, he's talking about it all day. So what's he talking about then? He must
He's
know.
just fucking rehashing whatever he's seen on Twitter and then grok.
So, wait. He's rehashing what he's seen on Twitter, which would mean that he does have a photographic memory to be able to rehash that. But Asmongold's take is not a rehashing. Asmongold is usually the trendsetter when it comes to topics. Asmongold is usually the trendsetter when it comes to topics. So, Asmongold will say something and the entire internet reacts.
Rocking it.
I don't know. I think he might know. One of these days, you and him have to have a conversation.
I would love that. I
don't want to be there, but I think
balls in his court. Balls in his court.
You know, I really do.
Yeah, also, people can talk. They can just talk out of their ass. He knows.
I mean, he's good. You and him both. And that's why I put you guys in S tier. You guys have the ability to talk about things and keep people interested more than most people. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't deny that. You keep people interested.
Yes, I'm
For
not
better or
denying
for worse.
that I can do that. I just think that, being able to entertain people is one thing, and then being able to educate them is an entirely different thing. And I don't think Asmongold's doing a whole lot of education, doing a lot of maybe entertainment by leaning into people's perceived biases.
Hassan is entertainment? Really? Oh my gosh. Hassan is entertainment? Hassan knows what... No, he doesn't. Hassan is somebody that ended a friendship. He ended a friendship with NMP. He ended a friendship with Ethan Klein because Ethan Klein... Ethan Klein was talking about he didn't agree that Israeli babies should be executed by terrorists. And Hassan is like, all right, well, you're all right now. Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know how NMP, genuinely, he's such a soft and weak person. I don't know how he just sits there and just spurts out that garbage. Like, you watch Hassan and you watch Asmongold for your politics? Why? Why would you watch somebody like Hassan? Hassan is a known liar. He's a serial liar. Unless you think he's telling the truth about Asmongold killing his mom. Unless you actually think that's true, but I don't think you do. I don't think you're that stupid.
These perceived notions of the world by telling them, things are...
Telling them what? Hey, Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. Asmongold accurately represented by Hassan. Asmongold's take accurately represented.
Things are bad because trans people exist.
Yeah, remember when Asmongold said bad things are happening because trans people exist?
Video game titties are smaller.
Video game titties are smaller. Remember when Asmongold went on stream and he said, guys, everything bad that's happening right now is because trans people exist. Trans people exist, and titties are smaller. By the way, the fact that a sex pest like Hassan would criticize people that are criticizing the game industry for obviously going in a political direction to make women less feminine and make them more ugly is absolutely wild to me.
You need to vote for Donald Trump. He's great.
He is.
Israel is a wonderful country. Things like
Israel is a wonderful country. Oh, man.
Like that.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would ask you the question, why do you think Asmongold won't have a conversation with you? Because I'm on board with it.
Because you're a liar. Because you're a serial liar. You lie. You misrepresent. You are incapable of telling the truth. Even Destiny that doesn't like Asmongold is able to figure this out, Hassan. Even Asmongold is able to figure this out. Even Hassan should be able to figure it out. Destiny was able to figure it out. But Hassan is pretending he doesn't understand.
I'd be down to do it. And we have had conversations in the past. So why do you think he refused to have a conversation? Because it's not on my end.
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. He's not much of a confrontational guy. He really isn't. Face to face. Again, me and him were in the same org, okay? For a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He was always the one who was trying to kind of squash all the issues we had.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, we had a lot of issues in OTK. You know this.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
You did.
So, he wasn't really... He's not... I don't know. Maybe it's just not him to go head to head. But maybe one day. You can always just keep asking. The worst you can say is no.
Yeah, I mean, I have. Yeah. He's just not doing it because he's...
Well, yeah, because Hassan is a serial liar. He's a terrorist supporter. He's not an American. What benefit would there be for Asmongold to go on a platform where somebody is a serial liar? Somebody's going to lie. You know that they're not going to tell the truth. You know that Hassan said, at NMP, you do know that Hassan said that Asmongold killed his own mother, right? NMP, if I were to say, you know what, NMP, if I were to say something fucking retarded about you or egregious, if I were to be like, yeah, you know what? Didn't you threaten to sue somebody because they talked about your divorce? Like, so I would consider what Hassan said to Asmongold about his mom to be worse than what somebody said about you that you were willing to sue over. And you think that they should collab? Hey, NMP, would you go on stream and do a friendly collab with the guy that you were threatening to sue, that you were pissed at? So why on earth would you expect Asmongold to do that with Hassan?
He keeps saying he would rather farm me to his audience.
Well, maybe he'd rather farm you. I don't know. Maybe it's more beneficial.
No, that's because it's because he knows that if we had a normal conversation like the one that you and I are having right now, his audience would realize that Asmongold doesn't really know anything.
Well, Hassan, Asmongold reacts to clips of you talking, and he reacts to the things that you say, and he dismantles all of your arguments in a very effective way, to the point where those clips go viral of him dismantling you and you looking incredibly foolish and pointing out your multiple lies and your mischaracterizations and your distortions and your deflections. He's done that over and over and over and over. In fact, he's probably made a lot of money doing that. But you think he's afraid of you? What, you think that you're going to be able to just talk over him and control the conversation? No, son, you are an agitator. You're a bad faith actor. You're a terrorist supporter. You're a violent radical. And you know what? You deserve to go to jail and you deserve to be deported from the United States. You do. Now, this guy is too much of a pussy to tell you the truth. But that's what it is. Now, this guy is not friends with Asmongold, by the way. He may say that he is. Asmon may say that he is. This guy is not a friend. This guy is not a friend. If I were friends with somebody and I were on a show where somebody had accused my friend of killing their own mom, it would not be this cordial, friendly conversation. But like, you need to address the fact that you said that he killed his mom. Like, that's fucked up. You lied. But no, this guy is such a pussy. He's such an unbelievable pussy that he's not going to do any of that.
And that he's just kind of been talking out of his ass.
Maybe.
And that's what it is. He's very confrontational behind a keyboard. He's very confrontational
I think
behind
most
his
people
screen.
Like, again, I think most people are that way. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, I am, at least with my little battles that I have that aren't political at all, I'm quite confrontational. Yeah, but I do come over to ask questions to learn. Like that's why.
Yeah,
that's
no,
why,
charitability is all I ask for.
Like
so
that's why I wanted to come learn. You know, and
that's
you know,
good.
Even last time, like I remember Caroline came over and she was teaching me a whole bunch of stuff and the things that you told me. You know, I try my best to listen to it.
Yeah.
And then every time I come over here, there's like 1,000 threads of like why I'm an idiot. You know, but fuck
there
it.
probably will be. There probably will be, and there'll be like Hassan is brainwashing Nick.
But like, it doesn't seem like to me anything you're saying about like the Apex stuff. It doesn't seem like that's not correct. That sounds like that's
kind of the point. That's why people aggressively try to smear what I'm doing.
I'm getting smeared at the moment.
I like to say they can't. I like to say they can't tackle the message, so they try to shoot the messenger.
That's what's happening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's probably what's happening. Most people either are like you and they don't know anything.
Yeah.
Or they've been positioned into assuming that my worldview is scary and dangerous because they'll be like, "Oh, he's a communist, he's a socialist, all this stuff," right? And therefore, I have to actually convince people. I'm not like leaning into one pre-existing political movement. Like, for example, when Asmongold does, like, he could just be like, "I love Trump," and if you love Trump, you're like, "Oh, I have a home here."
Yeah.
But for me, I have to actually advocate for my worldview. In spite of the barrage of misinformation. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this? You cannot have a bigger fucking layup You could not have had a bigger fucking layup than a horrible candidate like Herschel Walker. Sure, he was prepared very well. And Herschel Walker actually had a good...
The thing we do need to make sure we do, we got to keep attracting younger viewers that, you know, grow up on TikTok, you know, when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even though they shouldn't be.
3, it's like all here. Now this guy is down. He's dead. These guys are like...
and fatally wounded.
They're not even like... They're not even running. They're not even like cowering and running away and screaming in fear. There's like, okay, well, they did it. We got our shots. Okay, is this guy down? Oh, shit. Well, okay. Well, we brought the white...
It's called shock, you fucking idiot. It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know. Jesus fucking Christ.
Flags. We can put that over the bleeding part, assuming he got shot in it, actually, right?
A flag on
and then
chest.
This guy...
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like, that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like, he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. And then barrage of like negative sentiment associated with that worldview.
Got it. You know what? Maybe there in the future there might be a time for you and Asmund to debate, man. Or how about you guys just have like a cooking stream where you guys cook some food?
I'm
make some of his $2 steaks.
I am willing to talk to Asmongold.
No. The only reason that Hassan is willing to talk to Asmongold is because Asmongold has a bigger platform than Hassan. That is the only reason. The only reason. And so it is insane. Why would Asmongold do that? Why would he debase himself to do that? That's crazy. Why would you choose to go on a podcast or to cooperate with somebody that is genuinely evil? Why would you do that? Somebody that you know is a liar, that hates America, that only wants to use your platform to lie, cheat, and steal. Why? Like, genuinely, it's fucking retarded. It's so dumb.
He is the one who is ducking me. I've been asking for almost... The last time we talked was when he said the thing about Palestinians. Okay.
Wasn't it like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like talked face to face?
Well, not face to face, no. On the internet, yeah.
I've seen clips like...
And he agreed with like everything. He agreed with everything that I brought up because he's just not going to be able to like deny certain realities, right?
Oh, of course.
Maybe you guys are...
Yeah, I'm sure he just agreed with everything you had to say. No, he didn't. Of course he didn't. No one does. Because you're wrong about everything that you talk about. You're genuinely, profoundly wrong. And that's why you have to resort to character assassination. Like calling Tectone Rape Tone. Or talking about Nux Taco in the way that you do. You have to lie about people. It's all you have. It's all you are. It's all you do.
You're closer than you think.
No, because he's not sincere.
Oh my gosh. So Hassan is accusing Asmongold of not being sincere. Wow.
Oh, so he agreed just to
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Man, dude. What a crazy world that we live in.
Oh my gosh. That is one of the most low IQ conversations.
Can I be honest?
Mm-hmm.
I really only...
Yeah, so it says, it must be so interesting inside Hassan's head. I bet you it's incredibly boring, incredibly simplistic. That's crazy. Genuinely crazy. How are you going to go on and say that it's Asmongold's responsibility to go and talk with a son who has said these disparaging, evil things over and over and over? Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. This guy, NMPlol, has terrible judgment. I mean, all the time, this guy's making the worst decisions. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you next time. Okay, let me upload that online. Okay. Okay, let me make something clear. I've made this abundantly clear, but apparently I have to make it abundantly clear again. I am really, really lax about my chat. I'm extremely lax. There's not much that I care about in terms of what people say. But I've said this over and over, that YouTube has a terms of service that I do not control. For whatever reason, there are people that don't respect that. They don't value that. They want to come in here and they want to treat this chat like it's theirs, like it's some dumping ground like the Kiwi Farms that has absolutely no regulatory control over what people say and what people do. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not acceptable. I've said it over and over. If you put my channel at risk, I will ban you. It's that simple. I don't ask much. I don't expect much. But if you come in here and you spam an N-word tower, I'm going to fucking ban you. Now, that should be something that everyone is able to understand. Everyone should be able to get that. Why that's a rule. I didn't make the rule, but YouTube does monitor the chats. And so if you're spamming the N-word, you think you're being clever by doing it in a tower. No, it's the same function. I will ban you. I permanently ban that guy. He's probably one of the few in the entirety of my channel that I permanently banned. Don't do that. I don't ask much. That's common sense. I would never do that to any of your channels. Can you imagine if I went to like Dog Zero's channel or like if I went to somebody like Josh Moon or anyone and I started spamming the N-word and trying to get their channel? That's what the quartering tried to do to Mr. Medicare. You're not clever. You're not talented or intelligent or interesting when you do shit like that. Keep it to the garbage tier dumpster fires that you visit. Keep it to a place like Kiwi Farms that basically is a penitentiary, an insane asylum. Okay? But YouTube doesn't allow that. And I would really like to keep my channel for as long as I can, because I'm talking about issues that I think are important. Now, I have a small channel, I admit, but we just got done doing a video about the brutality going on in the UK. I am one voice amongst many. I don't want to put that at risk or give them ammo or opportunity to ban the channel because you have no fucking impulse control. Low IQ, low impulse control. I'm not going to tolerate that. I've said it over and over. I've been extremely charitable. Okay? That's the rule. If you do that, I will permanently ban you. It's not my rule, but I'm going to enforce it because we're doing things that are more important here. Even in my own small way, with my own small channel, we're doing something important here. And I'm not going to risk that for something as stupid as somebody posting an end tower. Okay? Good. Okay. Yeah, some guy from something called The Sector. There's some guy from something called The Sector came in, spammed an end tower, and I had to interrupt what I was doing to permanently ban them. Yeah, so let's see. Okay. No, Shield, you're good. You didn't post anything like that. No, you're good, brother. You didn't do anything. No, I don't mind that you guys are here. I just have a simple rule. In fact, it's the most simple rule. What if they do it in reverse? How about if you even think about doing it, I'll ban you. I don't understand what the appeal is. That's an extremely low IQ thing to do. So I don't know. I don't know what the appeal is. Why you have to do it? So no, if you do it frontwards or backwards, I'm just going to ban you. That's going to be it. Doyle is always here. Make him a mod and call it the Jedi Code. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. Okay. Should we Okay. Let's do the Alex Jones segment. Let's do the Alex Jones segment. This should be good. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. Okay. Well, brothers, Sneako finds himself in a little bit of hot water yet again. You see, you may remember Sneako as the guy that accidentally won the debate against Moist Critical, where you thought there's no way that Sneako could win this debate. Well, because Moist Critical was taking the position that the age of consent is good, and Sneako was taking the position that the age of consent is bad and should be done away with. From an Islamic perspective, you know, marrying 9-year-olds and all that. But you see, something went wrong in that debate, where Moist Critical accidentally came out, accidentally in quotations, came out and supported transing kids as young as 9 years old. So that was pretty much the beginning of the end of that. But Sneako is a cuck. He's somebody that defended the movie Cuties. He has a long history of really, really terrible takes. Well, he flew a little bit too close to the sun, and he recently came out and made an extremely hostile video that had to do with Islam taking over New York. Well, some people have taken exception to this, Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes, and many others, and so we're going to be taking a look at that. And we're going to be taking a look at the absolute humiliation and meltdown of Sneako.
The guy reaches millions of people a day. He is anti-Islam. He's pro-Islam. He is pro-Trump. He's anti-Trump. He's pro-lockdown. He's against the lockdown. and he'll flip-flop from day to day, whatever group he's with. But here he is in New York, one of the Allah Akbar events, where we got a bunch of video chanting, we're taking over Sharia law. He joins in, hops around, and screams and says it, but he's not a U.S. citizen, and his ass needs to be deported. Elon Musk agreed with me and said yes, and boosted my post on this yesterday. Deport him now. Sneako declares New York an Islamic state. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah. The whole world will become Muslim. Well, that is the Quran. It is go read it. I read it twice. It is a battle manual of how he took over Medina and then Mecca and how he promised the world. And he teaches them how to deceive, how to act friendly at first, then push people out of each town, then push them out of the country. This is Islam. And when it's a snake or a spider, I never miss because it's defensive. I click into the mode. You think normally I can throw a weight 10 feet, perfectly splat the head? You think normally I can throw a rock perfectly and splat the head? No. It's the defender in me. And you have instincts too that you can turn on and you can hone.
That's right, guys. You have to treat Islam like it's a spider or a snake. The spider and the snake of Islam is the enemy, brothers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna deport Sneako. We're gonna just deport Sneako. We're gonna deport him back to wherever he came from, which is the bowels of hell, brother.
And Sneako, I'm not calling for splatting his head, but culturally, I'm calling for putting him nonviolently in an airplane like a cannon, a clown in a cannon. At the circus and shooting him out of it back to the Middle East with all of his other little compatriots. Bye-bye. Sneako was born in New York City in a family with Haitian and Filipino ancestry. I heard he's a foreigner and speaks French fluently. He moved to Miami, Florida, and converted to Islam. I heard he's a foreigner.
He was born in New York City. Well, he acts like a foreigner. He acts like he's not American, but I always thought he was American. I thought that was part of the ridiculous LARP that he pretends that he's not American.
Well, whatever. I think if somebody declares they're for a foreign religion, a foreign power here to overthrow the country, I think they ought to have their citizenship stripped, even if he is a citizen, and get his ass out of here.
True. Absolutely true. Based. Unfathomably based. W. Alex Jones. Love to hear it. But yeah, that is the legend of Sneako. Sneako is out there defending Islam, defending the invasion of America. Specifically, in this case, it was New York. And guess what? People have had enough. They've had enough. They don't want to deal with people that are, talking about invading America and, bringing this this new generation of Islam. This is going to be an invasion. Well, you know what? That is a perfect way to make sure that Islam gets removed from the country permanently.
Curse that has befallen my old friend Sneako, my former friend Sneako. Hate to see it. And it's so funny because I literally predicted that this is exactly how it would go. Did I not? Last week, Sneako does a stream showing a clip of some crying Palestinian, and he does a fake cry. He shows his stream this clip of some Muslim, Arab, Palestinian crying about what's happening in Palestine. And he goes, look at this, chat. You need to see this. And then he starts pretending to cry himself. And I reacted to this clip on my show last week. This is why I'm bringing it up. I reacted to this clip and I said, isn't it so typical? Isn't it so typical of Muslims and brown clowns that on the one hand, they're the biggest victims and they want to cry about racism and Islamophobia and colonialism and genocide and war and the West and America, and they want to play the victim and they want to wave the bloody shirt and they want to cry and they want you to cry and they want you to feel sympathy. And then in the next sentence, 10 minutes later, you see a completely different side. And when we talk about how our race is being genocided through mass migration, they laugh about it. They laugh and they gloat. And they say if the white race is being genocided, that's because you deserve it. You deserve it because you're not having enough kids and you're foolish. And this is what you deserve for what you did to everybody else. And when we talk about the grooming gangs in the UK.
Yeah, that's right. It's very, very interesting. When it's convenient, they go, we're the victims. Oh, please, we're on our knees. Treat us sympathetically. But if they're ever in a position of power, when they are ever in a position of power, they always exploit it for evil and nefarious ends. They never use it for good. They never will reciprocate. They never will reciprocate the grace and goodwill that you bestow and show to them. Never. Never will they respect that. And all the people in the West that defend them, they look at you and they laugh. They laugh at you. They go, look at this kuffar. Look at this idiot. Look at this absolute moron. That's what they think when they look at you. They go, look at this kuffar. Look at this idiot. This person that is defending us while we're destroying their country. That's what they think of. I'm telling you, it is insane. The depths to which they will go. And don't doubt me on this. The Sneako is the perfect example. He is the exemplar of this.
UK or in Europe, and the rape of the girls in Europe, killing of the young men. They gloat. They run cover. They defend the behavior. They talk about how the real crime is all the Islamophobia against the innocent Muslims. They take up space in our public places in New York City, in Dearborn, Michigan, in Minneapolis, and they do these big demonstrations of strength. And they say, we're here to take over. Islam will dominate the world. Everybody's going to be Muslim. And I said, this is just so typical of brown clowns, Muslims, these fucking foreigners that come here. They take advantage of our kindness and our charity by playing the victim. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, our genocide, boo-hoo, we're so weak, boo-hoo, we're losing a war. We got our shit rocked. We got more than we bargained for when we invaded Israel and then got our shit kicked in.
Yeah.
And we take them in, and we're sympathetic, and people donate money, and white people and the universities and in the cities go and demonstrate in their defense, and then when it's our turn, when we're under attack, when white children are being raped, when the white race is being genocided, when our countries are being destroyed, they laugh. They laugh, they gloat, they turn around and they say, we're here to conquer, everyone's going to be Muslim. So Sneako said this.
Yeah, that's absolutely what they do. They come in, oh, no, we're just like you. Everything's fine. No, nothing to worry about. But then when things get serious, when they get enough of them, that's when things turn bad and it turns into Dearborn. And we've seen this over and over and over in the UK and London. It's not good. It's extremely bad. So I hope that people take this seriously. Finally, I hope they take it seriously.
Last week, everyone needs to cry about Palestine. I said this is how they all behave. And then literally 2 days later, he's in New York saying, everyone will be Muslim. Islam will take over the world. Everyone's going to be Muslim. And you know what? I don't hate all Muslims. I really don't. I have Muslim friends and I respect Muslims. But I have the same expectation of Muslims that I have for Jews, that I have for any other foreigner that resides within our borders, whether we like it or not. And that is that you respect our country. You're in America. Show some respect. You are lucky enough that you were either born here or we welcomed you in to the greatest country in the world. This country wasn't built by Muslims. It wasn't built for Muslims. It was built by Christians, by white men. So you come into our country that we were gracious enough to let you survive in, that we were gracious enough to let you live in, you better show some respect, not just to the country, but to the people and the civilization that built it. And that's whites and that's Christians. So you shut the fuck up. You keep your prayers in the mosque where they belong. You salute the flag and you show a little bit of respect to the people that built this place that you call home. That's the bare minimum. You want a country where there's tolerance for other religions? You want a country where there's tolerance for people that don't look like whites? Then why don't you show a little bit of respect? That's the bare minimum for all of them. And
Damn. What a powerful and completely correct statement. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Like, if you are coming to America, you are a guest here. You are a guest here. You know, I think that so many people, they're just tired. They're tired of the bullshit. They're tired of the lies. They're tired of the manipulations, the distortions. They're tired of being told that they're a villain in their own country. They're tired of the police attacking them, allowing their children and their treasures to be plundered. They're just done. And you're not going to be able to guilt people for much longer. You're not. So anyway.
RRC Elon, why is Nikki so ashamed of being burrito?
Why is Nikki so ashamed of being a burrito? I don't know. But anyway, we got Sneako reacting to this, and boy, oh boy, he starts crying.
Footer. And I picked up a big limestone, honeycomb limestone rock, and I said, watch this. And I threw it about 15 feet perfectly and splat on the head. And my daughters went, Daddy!
He's doing the citizen vigilante thing. Alex Jones is indirectly calling for people to kill me. He knows it. You know it. His audience knows it. They feel threatened by the truth. And against American values, they don't want discourse.
They don't feel threatened by the truth. Guys, they're threatened by the truth. No, they're not threatened by the truth. They're not threatened by you, Sneako. They're tired of you, Sneako. They're tired of you. Your performative Muslim, theatrics. They're tired of you. We're going to come over. We're going to invade. No, you're not. No, you're not. You exist here at our leisure as our guest. That's the truth. You're going to come and you're going to invade? No. Islam is not American values. This was created by white Christian men. So you need to put some respect on their name. That's what needs to happen. The men who built this country, and you know what, Sneako? It wasn't you. It wasn't your ancestors. It wasn't anyone having to do with you. So put some respect on the people that built this country.
Democracy, they don't want free speech.
Free speech! Yeah, let's compare that. Let's compare America's free speech to free speech in Iran or Saudi Arabia. Let's do it right now. No, you don't believe in free speech either. You want to use other people's values against them to promote your agenda. You went out there and you promoted the conquering of America. You should be deported. You should be removed. We should be purging anti-American elements from the country. That should be the bare minimum. When we have people that are committing crimes, we shouldn't have to endure that and let them on the street. Oh, don't you believe in the First Amendment? Get out of here.
You think normally I could throw a weight 10 feet, perfectly splat the head? You think normally I could throw a rock perfectly and splat the head? No. It's the defender in me. And you have instincts, too, that you can turn on and you can hone. And Sneako I'm not calling for splatting his head, but culturally, I'm calling for putting him nonviolently in an airplane like a cannon, a clown in a cannon, about another 4-footer. And I picked up a big honeycomb limestone rock, and I said, watch this. And I threw it about 15 feet perfectly and splat on the head. And my daughters went, Daddy!
He's doing the citizen vigilante thing. Alex Jones is indirectly calling for people to kill me.
Yeah, so Sneako is rattled because Sneako, at the end of the day, is a massive, massive coward. He's talking about we need to crush Islam metaphorically, and Sneako, like a cuck, is like, oh, he's threatening to, guys, he's threatening. Yeah, I threatened to invade the United States under Islam, and every house will be Islamic, and we'll force them, but, they're going to fight back? Oh, no. These guys are so ridiculous. It's so unbelievably absurd. It is genuinely unbelievably absurd. But that's who Sneako is. And he is getting called out and humiliated across the board. And you know what? He has nobody to blame but himself. He deserves every bit of it. Every bit of it he deserves. Every bit of it. It's unbelievable that we even have to have this conversation. This should already be settled. It should already be settled. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, let's see. See, Alex Jones. Sneako. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I think we covered every topic I wanted to get to. That's great. Then Andrew Tate say Sneako. Andrew Tate said Sneako tried to suck his dick. We still have to talk about DSP saving the day. Oh, we got to talk about DSP saving the day. We got to talk about DSP saving the day. That's it's gonna be a great video. Did you know that DSP saved the day? In fact, the entire internet might be saved thanks to good old DSP. Good old DSP may have just saved everyone. Wait until you see this story. Wait until you see this story. This is hilarious. Okay, where is DSP? Let me pull him up. We got to talk about our boy DSP. Oh gosh. Oh man. All right, let me see. Okay. Oh man. I want to find that. Okay. Is not. Take that one away. Take that one away. Okay. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second to figure this out, and then I will. One second to figure this out, and then I will. Then I will pull up DSP. We're going to do a dark side fill segment. Okay. Okay, got it. Brothers, DSP has had a very rough week. You see, it all started with one of his detractors coming out and finding an exploit that was able to freeze DSP's chat. And this really was the beginning of the DSP lawsuit arc, where he was threatening to sue everyone. He was going to go after everyone. How dare you? You guys have been stealing from me for years. Don't you know who I am? I am Phil Burnell. Don't you know what you're doing? How dare you? So basically going scorched earth and declaring that he is going to, set everything right. Everything is going to be set right by Phil. Well, we have some interesting news. Okay, as it relates to that, we have some very, very interesting news. Now, did DSP save the day? Well, I'm going to let you be the judge of that. But first, let me show you what this is all about.
I've been through a million things. This is not going to stop me in any capacity. I'm going to be fine. All right? Here's my question to you. Why me? You could easily go do this to anyone bigger. I'm a small dude. I had 250 viewers on YouTube when you froze my chat, right? Why aren't you going and doing this to someone who has thousands of viewers? Some big YouTuber, right? Who relies on their chat and they're interactive and everything. Why not fuck with them? Why are you fucking with me? It's not getting you anything besides momentary, people are blabbing about it in the detractor circles. That's it. But it's not going to last. And I'm not going to go away. I'm still going to be fine. So what are you wasting your time for here? You could move on to bigger fish and then everyone will talk about it. Because people will notice when a big YouTuber can't chat. They're like, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? That's what I never understood about the people who A-logged me. It's like, I'm small potatoes. I get it. Maybe you want to A-log me for 10 minutes, right? And then you say, okay, haha, move on. But I don't understand the obsession at all. I just don't get it.
Phil, this is it. They do this stuff to annoy you because your reactions are more entertaining than somebody like xQc. Because you engage, you react, you give them the content that they desperately want. How do you not understand this? So, yeah, you are, in many ways, your own worst enemy.
I've been through a million.
But this is what it's about. So DSP had his chat frozen by a detractor. Apparently there was an exploit in the YouTube system. DSP went absolutely crazy. He went absolutely crazy. And he's threatening he's going to sue them. He's going to take them all down. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at DSP.
There you go. It was Raw Phil's chat. Of course. He's in the Raw Phil chat. Okay, there you go. It was Raw Phil's chat. Of course, what a shocking twist that it would be Raw Phil involved with this, right? Oh, now let's think about this even bigger picture, everyone. You ready for this? This guy is directly involved with Raw Phil. Oh, Raw Phil, the guy who actually illegally restreams me every day and tells everyone to come watch his version of my content. So now you're involved with freezing my chat, which means you're disrupting my business, and now you're stealing my business. That's 2 strikes, buddy. Not only are you stealing my fucking business, but now you're actually hindering my business. I think there's a nice lawsuit coming for you, you dumb
there's a
motherfucker.
lawsuit.
I really think there is. Because
That's
now
a
I've had
lawsuit.
enough. I really am starting to get fed the fuck up with these fucking loserish, pimple-faced internet dweebs who think they can fuck with me. I've had enough of your shit. And if you're allowing that guy in your chat and you're harboring him and you're actually promoting, oh yeah, Phil,
Harboring
Phil's
him.
chat.
You're harboring him. Guys, I am Phil Burnell. I don't understand. Why is everyone picking on me? Phil, oh my gosh. Like, they found a way to make fun of you. And yeah, I can understand it's frustrating. But you react to it in an over-the-top way, which is why they do it. So they're able to freeze your chat. And so you decided, you know what? I'm going to make it easier for them by letting them know this bothers me as much as it does.
Guess what? Legal liability, bitch. You're fucked, man. These fucking people on the internet have no clue about fucking reality. They don't, because for so many years they felt so protected because they think, I'm on the internet, I'm anonymous. You're not. You're not anonymous. Right now, YouTube can track any channel. They can find out where you are. They find out your IP address and all that shit. They know who you are. If you received a $1 payment from YouTube, they have your information. They know who you are.
So DSP thought that YouTube was going to dox people on his behalf. This guy is genuinely delusional. But, guys, we have a happy ending to the story. DSP is the hero of the day. Guys, wait for it. You ready for it? After all that buildup?
Never before in history have I got such a W in my life. Are you ready for that?
Oh, no! Never before in history have I gotten such a W. Never before in history of my life have I gotten such a W.
This? YouTube, because I reported the problem, has fully fixed it.
Wow. Never
I reported
before.
it specifically to YouTube.
Never before has Phil, in his whole life, had a win like this one. He complained to a corporation, and they did something about it. Woo! Wow, Phil, this is your moment. This is your moment, brother. You did it. Phil, you complained. You complained with the best of them. Yeah. Congratulations, Phil.
They just wrote me back thanking me for reporting it. They fixed it entirely. That's why the chat didn't freeze tonight.
So Phil thinks that YouTube, they're like, oh my gosh, thank you, Phil. They think like the generic thank you message, Phil thinks that was like directed right at him. That it was like, guys, they said thank you to me, Phil Burnell, because I'm so important. Oh my gosh. Phil, yes, that is a generic template. It was probably made by AI. But yes, congratulations, Phil. You complained about a problem and they fixed it. So now that exploit no longer works. Now, you have made your situation worse in that time. Instead of just going to YouTube, you made several videos threatening people, threatening lawsuits. You have made your position markedly worse. So, Phil, you have the biggest win of your life, but the biggest win of your life still comes with a monumental fucking L. And there's absolutely no reason, there's no reason why you had to overreact in the way that you did. Yeah, it sucks. Somebody came in and they froze your chat. Not great. You could have gone to YouTube and told them about it, but you did multiple videos, multiple segments, and you highlighted the problem, not so much for YouTube because they were able to figure it out. You highlighted the problem for your critics. So, yeah. Phil, congratulations, I guess. You saved the internet. Now, no one is going to come in and freeze your chat. Your chat is going to be frozen all on its own because nobody watches your streams. So, congratulations. Now your chat will be frozen from lack of interest, lack of viewership. So, everyone, please give Darkside Phil a round of applause. Please give DSP a round of applause. Anyway, that's going to do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Let's see. Just saved. Okay. All right, guys. That's going to do it for this stream. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, for watching, for supporting. I want to thank you guys for the super chats, the donations. You guys allow me to do what I do, and I cannot even begin to thank you enough. You guys are amazing. God bless you. God be with you. And I will see you guys. I'll see you guys next time. I hope that you will take this opportunity to do something nice for yourself, to treat yourself in a special way. I don't mean that in any sort of sexual way. I mean, just do something nice for yourself. You know, do something to let yourself know that, you know, you're worth it, you're important. You know, I'm just saying. If you got a favorite drink in the fridge, if you got something, just enjoy it. Anyway, God bless you. God be with you. Thank you for your support.